word that Adam Schefter had in his news release about change in Dolphins leadership.
Oh, boy.
For those of you who do not know, Tom Garfinkel, the CEO, the vice chair, the president of the Miami Dolphins, or he was until yesterday when he stepped down after what Adam Schefter called 13 transformational years. What kind of years?
Transformed.
Transformed to what?
The stadium.
In 13 years, the stadium? Okay, because he does run the stadium as well. So is that what we're talking about, the transformation of the stadium? Because it doesn't say in the news release that he's in charge of the stadium. It says that he's in charge of the Dolphins.
They're taking a victory lap on all the F1 and tennis stuff. I get your point that it has nothing to do with on-field success for the Dolphins.
Right, I agree with that. But the guy who's replacing him, Silman, has been...
He works hard.
He's been the behind-the-scenes guy. Like doing what an owner does. Like he's been the ad hoc owner for a couple of years now. I think Silman, more than Ross, decided that John Eric Sullivan would be a great general manager and made sure he was hired, for example.
I want to talk Dolphins with you guys for a second. Chris Cody is trying to figure out ways to be interested in the Dolphins this year. And I have a way, but I don't want to embarrass Amin right now. I did not have time to ask him whether he's okay with us showing his lower body.
Oh, boy.
And how he's decided to come into work today.
I wore shorts, basketball shorts. If that's a problem, Jonathan Zaslow can never work again.
No, they're not just shorts though. They're dolphin shorts, or they're dolphin colored shorts.
Flint Tropics.
They're dolphin-colored shorts, and you were wearing them also with flip-flops and socks. And so I've never seen Zaslow do that exactly. And it's not a problem. I just wanted people to see that what your lower body looked like. Would you stand behind me? Are you willing to do that? Oh, thank you. We've taken a photograph of Amin here, whether he knows it or not. Don't those look like dolphin shorts to you, Greg Cody?
No. They look like the original ABA Miami Floridians shorts, I would say.
I love that was sincere. I love how sincere that was, number one. Number two, Dan, it is partially my fault. I watched Hard Knocks last night, and so now I'm in the mindset. We're coming back to camp. We're going in. We got our backpacks on. We got our shorts. If you're Derek Hall, you have a ridiculous monster truck because you just signed a new deal. Of course. Hard Knocks season, baby.
So let's talk about this for a second because the champion Seattle Seahawks of Sam Darnold, that's an incredible phrase.
Even he can't believe it. He said it last night. He was like, someone said, hey, how's it feel? And he's like, oh, that's right. We won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The champion Seattle Seahawks of Sam Darnold are featured on Hard Knocks. Greg, how do you feel about that transformational show? Because I've got to think that it's the most successful reality show in the history of sports, right? I don't know what else is in the conversation for reality show. NFL Films always does this very well. The Netflix shows that you would think would catch on, quarterbacks, receivers, do not. They don't have the cultural pull that Hard Knocks does as the first one, as the institution, as the standard setter. But in recent years, we've gotten so much access that the product has been somewhat diluted, less interesting. And I don't know what you guys think was the worst one, but the Giants, 10 years of nothing for the Giants, of uninteresting. I put that very high on the list. I mean, what is your appraisal of episode 1 of the Seattle Seahawks Hard Knocks?
Well, Dan, I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place because this is the first Hard Knocks we've ever had with the reigning Super Bowl champs. Usually a bad team. So it's a very different vibe. We're getting an insight into kind of what a title defense looks like and excellence, right? And this is a team that's expected to be one of the best again. So I was kind of like, okay, what's going to happen here? I also think that teams that have their shit together probably less likely to do clownish things. Yeah. And so I went into the episode with that kind of trepidation. They gave me some moments, but as it goes, as a first episode, a little bit on the dull side, but I see a lot of potential. We've got some characters that have been introduced that are like, okay, yeah, this guy looks like he's going to be funny for the entirety of the series.
Greg, how do you feel about Hard Knocks, the evolution of Hard Knocks? Do you watch it at all?
I'm not a voracious watcher. I'll usually watch the first one or one or two. I'm not dedicated to it, but I understand why it's popular, and it's a phenomenon to me because when the 7th round pick gets cut in training camp, nobody really cares. Nobody even knows his name. We figured he wasn't going to make the team, but when we see him getting cut, when we see him called into an office and getting cut right in front of our eyes, that's a soap opera. That's what we want to see. All of a sudden, we feel sorry for that kid. Oh my God, I feel so bad. But my thought is why they have to do that on the air and make the kid feel even worse.
When I think Hard Knocks, I think of the opening scene. I mean, what'd they hit you with? What was like the opening where the music, where you like get like a 30 seconds of just a normal scene, and then the music starts to come in. What'd you get?
So to give people some background, the opening scene of Hard Knocks, this is, like Chris said, the most important scene because it sets the stakes for the entirety of the series and the season, right? My favorite.
And the football season in general is now arriving.
Back.
It's approaching now. This is the signaling, sort of ballet in the air, slow motion filming of things tells you football in slow motion is about to return.
I have goosebumps just you saying that.
So my favorite one of all time, and this is not an endorsement of the team or the individual or anything, I'm just saying that my favorite moment was the Raiders when Chucky was the head coach. Yeah. Gruden comes in and he says, everyone here's got dreams. We've all got dreams. I want to play in the Sugar Bowl. I want to play in the Rose Bowl. I want to play in the Super Bowl, right? But I'm not about dreams anymore. I'm about fucking nightmares. And then they hit the music. And he starts just going in. And I was like, I'm in. The Raiders are going to go all the way based off of that one speech. My goosebumps are jumping right now. Like that, to me, that's it. We're building, we're showing some little stuff, and then someone starts to really focus in the intensity, and the music kicks in, and then you get the dun 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 dun, and the drone shots and everything, and then the Hard Knocks with the da da da, and it's always like a sprinkler or something going in the background, right? That's what we're up against. Now they had a lot of potential because their opening scene, Dan, was them getting their rings. No, I'm just saying, like, I was like, oh, this is cool. They're showing us the ring. It's the most technologically advanced ring ever. It's massive.
Does it have Wi-Fi?
Technologically, yeah. It opens up and it says Super Bowl champs on the inside, all sorts of stuff, right? But that's fine. That's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. So then Greg, the rings are presented to the players not like usual, like the owner's like, all right, here's your ring, Sam Darnold. Everyone's sitting at their banquet seat tables, and they came down from the heavens.
I'm sure they did.
They came down from the heavens.
What do you mean you're sure they did?
I mean, it's such over the top. I don't want my ring to be technologically
lowered down.
Advanced. I don't want it to be lowered from the heavens toward me. I don't want it to be the biggest ring ever. It's so gaudy, I'm embarrassed to wear it. The whole idea of Super Bowl rings and that culture of Super Bowl rings is a little.
If you're giving out 70+ rings, you had to screw up one of the seating charts, right? Where one lowers down, and they're like, "My name's not. Yeah, this says this is supposed to be someone else." I just feel like you got to screw that up.
You had trouble finding a Seahawk that you wanted to name?
No, I'm just saying there's no way.
Obscure Seahawk.
There's no way they nailed that. They had to screw that up.
Oh boy.
So they didn't mess it up because it is assigned seating, but there was a funny moment where everyone opens the box and picks up their ring, and you get shots of everyone like, whoa, whoa. And Sam Darnold dropped his. And then he sheepishly looks back at the camera as he like scrambles under the table to pick it up.
So your anti-Super Bowl ring, those are hard. They're hard to win. Sam Darnold had to, do a little bit of Shawshank Redemption, crawling around in some sewage before he got his to fall down from the heavens like rain.
I'm against championship rings in general, and if Zaslow has 2 of them, that makes my case for me. It's not just the players and the coaches who deserve the rings who get them. Just about everybody affiliated with the organization, including the radio guy, get one. And I think it demeans the value of the championship ring, not literally but figuratively.
Well, the ones the players get, though, are better than all of the other ones.
I'm sure they are. But everybody gets the replica championship ring. So if everybody gets it, how exclusive is it? And the fact that they all have to be bigger and gaudier than the last one is just, it's a little off-putting to me. It's one of the benefits of sports that I don't particularly agree with. Can't anybody be modest? I would give a lot of credit to the team that wins the next Super Bowl and somebody goes, you know what? We're going to give you a nice championship ring, but it's not going to have to weigh 5 pounds and be as big as a small television set. It's just not. We're gonna reverse that culture.
Why is the broadcaster getting the ring bad? They work for the team.
What'd they do toward winning that championship?
They're a part of the organization.
Yeah.
They describe the action.
Right,
Employees.
exactly.
Hoist babies.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
I mean, they don't hoist the babies. They describe the people hoisting the
So
babies.
they contributed then to winning that championship. You can
don't know.
you can honestly say that.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Okay. All right. I think that's a ludicrous opinion, but that's okay.
Oh, boy.
You be you.
Thank you.
Dan, I'm going to support Greg on this one. Where do we stop with these rings? Because the ring now it's a 2-finger ring now. That Seahawks ring is so big you got to wear it on 2 fingers, like you're Radio Raheem from Do the Right Thing.
Let's see if we can find on the internet the David Sampson Marlins ring, because that's the gaudiest I've ever seen. I don't know if anyone has tried to top that one, because and maybe you guys can look it up and show me or find for me one gaudier than that, but it is the size of his hand. Like, it's just a ridiculously sized
Small hand.
ring.
That's just because his hands are small. Thank you.
His hands are small, but it's still a human hand. It is a human hand on a small person, but not a little person.
I assume bigger, faster, stronger with these rings. So the fact that you're telling me an 03 ring is the gaudiest it's hard to believe.
Right. I would think so as well, except this one is so gaudy that I don't believe that anyone after that has had that little taste. Maybe that much ego, but not that little taste. I believe that because that's where I said that's too much, and it's the last time I said it. I haven't seen another one since that I've said that too.
When the Los Angeles Rams won their Super Bowl a couple of years ago, their ring featured a twist-off top of the ring, revealing a mini stadium of 20 carats of diamonds, and the Kansas City Chiefs ring also had 530 diamonds, no twist-off, though.
When you look up the word ostentatious in the dictionary, you see a photo of gaudy Super Bowl rings of a size that I would be embarrassed to wear in public.
The Oklahoma City Thunder's championship ring had a championship ring inside of it.
Roy wins.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Did you know that the OKC championship ring had a championship ring inside it? Also put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Did you know that the Rams championship ring had a stadium inside of it?
The Seahawks one is designed that when the sides pop out when you hit a button, it looks like their stadium. I mean, like, if it wasn't for the fact that it was so massive, I would think it's pretty cool. But I'm with Greg. Like, where does it stop?
Thank you.
Look up for me the costliest ring. Certainly somebody has done some reporting around how much some of these things end up costing, and the things that you guys are describing. When I say I checked out after the Marlins ring, I checked out after the Marlins ring. So I have not paid attention to a single championship ring since then. But you can see on David Sampson's finger there, though it is a small finger, that it takes up more than half of that small finger.
Although he's obscuring his collar, it is the size of the knot on his tie. Like, if that was his tie knot right there, perfect size.
So we will look up some numbers here and see if we can get some consensus. But, Greg, you have an ally in Amin, and what you guys just described to me sounds like rings that are much larger than the Marlins ring that I was talking about. Hard Knocks, just to marvel at what NFL Films did, what pioneers they were and are, and how artistic they made football. Greg is making fun of the idea that broadcasters can contribute to championships, but I will say flatly, NFL Films has contributed to how it is that the NFL has grown and is received, because what they make is better than what everyone else makes on these subjects. You tell me why Netflix can't get anyone to watch their quarterbacks show or their receivers show, or why no one is talking about the reality shows that are coming after NFL Films and Hard Knocks in sports. And I also want to ask all of you, what are the best reality shows of all time, and where does Hard Knocks rank? Like, it's at the top of sports. That's not up for dispute, I don't think. I don't know what you put in second place. I don't know in sports what's the reality show that you would select, that you would say it has to be a distant second, but I don't know what would be in a classification to compete for one of the top 10 reality shows of all time. But I do think that Hard Knocks can qualify.
Hard Knocks is probably number one, but if we're talking sports only, and one mixtape tour. Wow. That was a great reality show. Because we got to see how those guys lived. They're like, oh, wow, they're in a bus the whole time? They don't even get to fly?
They don't shower? What's going on here?
That'd be a good second place nominee. What are some of the other reality shows? Greg, you're not really a reality show watcher in general,
I'm
right?
not. I do think that Hard Knocks is the king of that hill. But for me,
just in sports, it can't be the king of the hill.
No, you're right.
Like
in
Real
sports.
World, what do you guys think of? Like, that's an original. So that Real World is one of the first, and it's a pioneer. I don't think it probably doesn't hold up still, but you'd have to classify it as one of the best.
Quite the opposite. It holds up tremendously because it shows kind of these are people who were not exposed to other opinions like people are now today. We're all on the internet. We know what people think and what the opinions that vary or not. Real World, it was like, imagine if you didn't know how other people thought and you thought you were just saying some regular stuff, and meanwhile, this culture clash is happening in real time. I think Real World would actually be a real refreshing rewatch now because of that, because of, oh, wow, we are so desensitized to the idea of other people.
For me, though, in terms of Hard Knocks, I think it needs a reason to watch it beyond just the behind-the-scenes generality. Like, it needs the John Gruden, the colorful head coach, or it needs the controversial player, the Aaron Rodgers, or it needs the great training camp battle. Like, I think Cleveland would have been a great choice this year with Deshaun versus Shador for the quarterback start. I don't just automatically watch it because I like the behind the scenes.
But when you say, though, that it needs something extra, is being a champion not enough for you?
No. I think Seattle's a dull champion.
Okay, but Cleveland's not a dull loser.
Right. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what I'll say, Greg. I agree with you. You need some character, but a lot of times it's not even someone that we know. There are so many people we discovered through Hard Knocks. True. And you're right. You're right in that person had to have been a colorful person. Because there have been years where everyone was like, just showing up to work. And I don't care if you're the best player in the league or whoever. That's boring. Greg's right. You need entertainment from the characters. But I disagree in that it doesn't have to be someone famous or that we've heard of. So sometimes you got to just watch the show, and then you learn to fall in love with some of these characters.
But here's where I would correct you, though. This is what I think is the magic of NFL Films and how they walk this line between being a partner and not being so invasive that they're actually getting people mad who work in the NFL who don't want their secrets exposed. They'll make people interesting who aren't that interesting. Like, they'll create some of the drama. They'll find the guys. If I put 70 people in a room, they'll find the ones that have something to tell the story around, and it's why it is that they're so good at it. I'm going to ask the question again. Netflix had access to the quarterbacks, and it's done nothing. No one is talking about it. It's at least in part because the quarterbacks aren't interesting, so they pivoted to the receivers, and they went and got Kittle, and they went and got some of the people that are interesting, and still no one's talking about those shows on Netflix. I hear next to no one having the allegiance to it that they have to this show, which is, how long has Hard Knocks existed? Because it really is a transformational television show.
Are we considering competition shows as reality shows? Yeah. The American Idols of the world, the American Ninja Warriors of the world.
American Idol's right at the top.
But that's not reality. Is that reality television? That's just sort of game show adjacent.
No, because a game show's not. That's taped and different.
It's different from a game show, because a game show is I watch you compete and that's it. Whereas these shows, American Idol, American Ninja Warrior, Survivor, we get to know the characters. So I don't get to know people on Jeopardy. You just, hey, you're a software engineer from Pasadena, and then, all right, answer the question. Whereas I'm learning about David Sampson and how everyone hates him at his job. Yeah,
but those are made-up sports. Those are contrivances. The NFL's real, right? I mean, I think there's a big difference. Like I don't watch American Gladiators. I don't care about that. I don't care who wins. I don't care who's competing. The NFL, I watch. I devour every Sunday and Monday and Thursday and maybe Friday.
In the sports realm, F1 was very popular. If we're going outside sports, best reality show ever, Jersey Shore.
Okay, you say that, but let me just throw some your way. Top 10, Real Housewives, got to be top 10. Yes?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Monster franchise.
Survivor has to be top 10, correct?
The big
Yeah.
one that forced networks to all say we need our own reality show.
Vanderpump Rules,
I feel like now you're
Less
getting
so than
niche.
the others.
Niche.
Ryan Cortez.
America's Next Top Model.
Yes, big time. That was a big time show. But although in the grand scheme of things, maybe muted after some of the stuff that came after it, but in its moment, it was massive.
So if you can help me fill out the top 10 here, you mentioned American Gladiators. I have seen a couple of documentaries about American Gladiators, and I've told you guys this before. I'm going to say the year was 1991. I think American Gladiators had a better rating than NFL football.
We're going to have to fact check that one, boss.
Look it up because I don't think I have this wrong. I found it that kind of shocking that American Gladiator was doing a number at its peak because I watched a couple of different documentaries that were done at about the same time on American Gladiators, and I think I've got the year right when I say it's 1991 on what the ratings were of American Gladiator, because I know that the reaction to that is to recoil. You've got to think that that's wrong or absurd. I thought it was wrong or absurd as well, but it was doing a monster number.
So our preliminary research here reveals that it did outrate some NFL regional broadcasts. So not the national one, but hey, everyone's watching Giants versus Cowboys. Unless you're in Phoenix, you're watching Cardinals versus Rams. Like those ones, yeah, they would outrate. But we're still searching. I don't want to give a definitive yes or no yet.
No, thank you for that. And I want to ask you guys something else as you go down the path of searching for this. I'm sure most people have noticed what I'm about to say. Google stinks now, and AI has really contaminated the search engine in a way that makes me long for a romantic day when the search engine was clean because of what artificial intelligence has done to the search engine that makes it a little harder for you guys to find things quickly than used to be.
Well, here's the deal. What happens is, and I know everyone's used Google, so we all kind of see this. When you Google something now, the first response at the top of the page, which used to be, by the way, a sold sponsorship spot. Right. Like all those first links you used to get.
That's still there, just below the AI.
Yeah, but like it used to be the first ones where a bunch of links, you're like, oh, that's what I was searching for. Like, nope, those are the people that paid for their sites to pop up first. And so the click-throughs and all that. But now, because Google's really pushing its AI, which is called Gemini, the first answer you get is Gemini's answer. And I'm not a huge AI guy, but I'm going to tell you this. Of all the AIs, when you ask it a question, Gemini might be the most unreliable of them all. It's just coming. Yeah. Someone proved that if you just create a Reddit post and talk about something, Gemini will immediately seize on that as, oh, there it is. There's the answer, and it'll link your Reddit post.
But isn't there a disclaimer attached to that? Don't they actually say may contain errors?
Yes, they do. They do say that.
Not helpful to me.
But nobody cares.
Not helpful.
It's not helpful. Yeah, may contain errors. I now know that everything I'm looking at on the internet may contain errors.
We should put that on our show.
Good idea.
That is a good idea, actually. That is a good idea. In fact, I'd like to stamp it over the imaging of the show. Just may contain errors. Just a stamp that goes diagonally across all of the show's imaging. Can you guys work on that and just put it behind me? Just may contain errors.
If I may, Dan, a little bit of adjustment. I would say most certainly contains errors.
Too long.
How about this? How about this? Likely contains errors.
May contain
likely,
errors.
because may means may, maybe not, and I think we're a little bit on the wrong side of that. We're more on the likely side, containing errors.
Likely.
That's fine. I don't want to go that far. I just want to warn people and then let them be discerning or not discerning.
Surely
How about
contains errors.
count the errors.
Oh, count the dings. Patreon.com/count the dings. That's a great way. We should have that on the screen. Patreon.com/count the dings. And then it should be a clickable link. Even if you're watching on your phone or your iPad, you can click the middle of the screen and then it'll go to that link, wherever that goes to, patreon.com/count the dings. And you can find all sorts of great things like ad-free episodes of Cinephobe and Here's the Science, live watch-alongs, re-Washingtons, discounts on live show tickets and merchandise, and much, much more. Access to the Discord server, patreon.com/count the dings. Hypothetically, of course.
Oh, boy.
may contain errors is all I want.
Okay.
Chris, how are you going to get yourself interested in the Miami Dolphins this season? Because you say you got goosebumps on your arm because you've got the sprinkler at the start of Hard Knocks, and Amin says that he still is moved by John Gruden's speech of many of you have dreams, but I'm here for the reality of nightmares, and his nightmare is they signed Antonio Brown, and then he left the league in disgrace and now works for Barstool. That's what happened with that pregame speech, where he just sort of was banished from the league for an assortment of email. How are you going to watch the Dolphins this year?
With a skeptical eye, I would say, Dan. I am going to watch. I'm basically watching the Dolphins through the Ruben Bain prism this year. I think they should have taken him, and so every video I see coming out of Tampa Bay with his family all around, he just seems like that dude. So I'm going to be watching Caden Proctor the way that I watched Paul last year. Like, I'm just going to be like, you better be something. I better see something from the jump with Caden Proctor, because if they screwed up, if Ruben Bain is what we all think he's going to be, and they did not take Ruben Bain, this is just a terrible start to this organization's regime. And I'm already nervous because Ruben Bain looks like that dude.
I'm on record saying the Dolphins are going to be better than expected, which is a low bar, but I think they will be.
It's a rhetorical trick by you, frankly.
I think, well, ding me then. I think that if you're a Dolphin fan, you can't lose. In
all you're going to do is lose.
I know, but here's what I mean. If you're a Dolphin fan, you can't lose. If you're as bad as people say, only favored in 1 of 17 games, then you're going to get the number 1 draft pick. Or even if you get the number 2 or number 3 draft pick, you're going to be able to draft your franchise quarterback or the person you hope. But if you're an optimist, you're allowed to think, you know what? We got a pretty good quarterback. We have one of the best running backs in the game. We have 3 great offensive linemen. We have a defense that's better than average, except for cornerback and possibly safety. So I think they're going to be, I think you can root for the number 1 draft pick, and you can also root for better than expected. So I don't think it's a totally lost season if you're a Dolphin fan.
So the secondary's not good. You don't have to worry about them. But the other 2 levels of the defense, you can fixate on them.
Very much so.
And then 3 of the offensive linemen are good.
He said 3 are great, which means you're putting Caden Proctor already in great?
I think he's going to be great. I don't know if he will be as a rookie. And also, I think the coach and the GM, the new regime, had a good offseason. I do, overall. That's a consensus of opinion.
For the record, though, that consensus of opinion that you speak of and many of the things that you just said flatly or so, we have not seen them do anything on a football field for the Dolphins. Like some of those, like the regime that you like, I've got no proof yet.
Of course,
on
the offseason.
On much. Well, but you say, of course, it's the offseason, but you just told me Proctor's going to be great, and okay, like if your proof is
okay. Well, look, there's a reason he was drafted before Ruben Bain. There's a reason half of the league passed on Ruben Bain. I'm not saying Ruben Bain's not going to be a great player. And I'm looking forward to seeing Carson Beck play Thursday night in the Hall of Fame game. Ruben Bain may be great, but, you can't say right now that he's going to be great any more than you can say Caden Proctor's not going to be great or is going to be great. Let's see.
All right, so Chris was watching Ruben Bain on the NFL Network, and his family gathered around as he was being interviewed.
I'm ready for it, man. I'm happy. I'm excited. I got all my family members here. They walking through the back right now.
I was going to just say, this group back here, come on over here. This entire...
Every player.
This entire contingent behind me is Ruben Bain's family, and if you couldn't tell, they're not saying Tampa Bay anymore. They're saying Tampa Bay.
Every player can't get that many field passes, right? That's just like a first-round pick type thing.
Wait, were they saying Tampa Bain?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's why I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's on shirts and everything.
Well, it is a good nickname, and Roy was telling me that the nickname for Giannis and Bam that they're trying to get off of the ground, is it ESPN that's trying to get it off the ground?
Yeah, it was a graphic that ESPN had. The caption said, "Brothers of Destruction." How do we feel about that? Because it gives WWE vibes for The Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah, very AI, that photograph of the two of them.
Brothers of Destruction. How do we feel about Brothers of Destruction as a nickname? It doesn't really, it rivals in terms of being bad. I think it rivals yesterday's The Schnoz as a nickname.
How dare you?
I don't like that applied to basketball. I think that's a great, Brothers of Destruction is great for football or WWE, not for basketball. What are you doing?
Yeah, Derek Hall yesterday had a T-shirt that said "Manager of Violence" on it, and I said, "That's a cool T-shirt, but it only applies to football. You can't wear that in basketball, Manager of Violence, right? But for football, it's a perfect shirt." Dan, for Bam and Giannis, how about this? Instead of Brothers of Destruction, let's go back to Succession. Call them Destruction Brothers.
Oh boy.
See, they have Bam as Undertaker and Giannis as Kane. I'd have it the other way. I know I'm nitpicking here, but I would have Giannis as the Undertaker.
Does this work for you guys though? Like I think it's pretty
It's a long one. It's a lengthy
stinky.
one.
Yeah, may contain errors.
Can
is
Eric Reed say
short.
that? The Brothers of Destruction.
It's a little long.
Can he? I don't know if he could.
He
say
did
it.
say the man with the golden arm.
Yeah, that's true.
That won't work, Brothers of Destruction. It'll be on a T-shirt.
What would it sound like though
It'll
if
be
Eric
Chris.
Reed tried?
Chris, thank you. Hold on a second. Greg, how did you not see
Yeah.
that your son was tossing you an alley-oop there to do your Eric Reed impersonation using Brothers of Destruction? Just explain to me. You've spent a lifetime together. You would think you have a lifetime of chemistry together. How did you not see that your son was just lobbing you the request to do your Eric Reed while using the Brothers of Destruction?
I don't like the impersonation that Greg Cody does of me. I don't appreciate it at all. And the Brothers of Destruction, I don't know about that. That's the 4th or 5th best nickname that I have seen in the last week. It doesn't work for me. They're both going to be alley-ooping and slamming and all this. They're great individual players, but Brothers of Destruction, no, that's not going to work. Back in my day, you didn't do that with two players who were playing hoops.
Thank you.
Bomb Eric Reed.
Oh, the velvety voice of one Gregory P. Cody. I'm Jason Jackson. Jake Jackson.
Eric.
Whoa.
You know what you guys have now done, right? The last 3.5 minutes are going to be the roundtable discussion of Tony Fiorentino and Jason Jackson and Eric Reed. I would just like them to, the three of them, I want to see and hear the three of them break down this upcoming Miami Heat season. Jason Jackson, you are the greatest of the hosts. Eric Reed doesn't mind in this particular instance allowing you to set the table on Tony Fiorentino, Eric Reed, and Jason Jackson discussing this upcoming Miami Heat season.
Oh, a luxurious introduction by the magnanimous Dan Le Batard.
We're looking forward to seeing LeBron come back in the house and hearing all the fans boo him.
Eric.
A very limited Fiorentino.
Mike does this impression.
Did you want to ask?
Eric.
Did you want to ask Eric something, or you didn't want to ask?
Oh, Eric. I made him Elmer Fudd.
Oh, the boisterous bellowing coming from the bowels of the American Airlines Arena. That's not the name of the building anymore.
We're going to miss Tyler Hero's defense. Not really.
Good point, Eric.
Thank you. Tyler Hero put up 40 or 50 threes a game, but you don't see him on the other end of the floor.
I gotta tell you, though, I'm just bubbling at the possibilities of the lengthy Giannis Antetokounmpo seducing the Miami crowds with his athleticism.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to introduce a new saying this year. I wanted to surprise you all, but I'm going to give it to you now. Kaboom is now kabam.
He already does that.
Eric.
That's right. I did begin that earlier. I'd forgotten that. My bad.
The Eric Reed is so rusty, Greg, that you have had trouble summoning any statistics, because what you love about the Eric Reed impersonation is that it's just got minutia of statistics in it that don't make any sense and always make it laughable, but you haven't been able to summon a single statistic as you try to do both the ad-lib of the character and the statistics.
Bam Adebayo had an 83-point game. It was the first 83-point game of his career, and only the 0th 83-point game of all time.
Let's throw it to my boy Jeremy Taché, who's sidelined right now. Tash money! What you got for me?
Thanks, Jax.
I want to say that I want to do more with the sensual Jason Jackson character, but it's redundant to call him the sensual Jason Jackson character.
Jay Jackson feel nasty.
He's the nastiest. People don't have any idea how nasty he is.
I don't see how they couldn't.
They don't know.
Listen every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
It's startling.
NBA radio.
It's startling during church time to hear undulations of sensuality with my basketball broadcast.
To every man, woman, and child, I say welcome.
Elwick.
Zaz, what was your reaction to seeing Dave Hyde say that he had been laid off by the Sun Sentinel?
I guess not surprised, but didn't like it. I think Dave Hyde's fantastic. He'd been really good to me over the years, and yeah, I guess it's disappointing, but not surprising, right?
Am I led to think that Greg Cody's secretly happy about Dave Hyde being laid off?
I reject the implication of my inner voice. And I was surprised, if we're being honest. Would not have been surprised had he just said, I'm retiring. Very surprised that the Sun Sentinel had the audacity to lay him off. That to me was surprising.
Is it true, Greg? There's a rumor going around. I don't know all the context, but there's a rumor going around that when someone arrived here this morning, they saw you in this room by yourself on the phone, and you said, "We won."
I cannot confirm that. No, I cannot confirm that at all. I've got, that's, I have nothing to do with that. So,
we had plenty to do with it.
What's going on here?
The last cowboy standing.
All right. Yeah, I am the last cowboy standing, although I'm sitting right now.
Cuddled up next to our wife.
I should be on a horse.
Gave her a nice spoon from the back. Said, honey, we won.
All right. Inner voice, you're fired. I want a new inner voice.
What am I, Dave Hyde?
Oh, God.
What a great day.
All right. This is going off the rails. I have nothing but respect for
Thank
Dave
you, Sun Sentinel, for having the courage.
Courage?
Yes, the courage to do the right thing. Honestly, it should have been done years ago. We could have called this race long ago. Okay. I'm the man. Did what needed to be done.
Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Nick Wright going to join us here, host of FS1's First Things First and What's Right with Nick Wright, the podcast. Amin, what are your thoughts on what Kevin Durant is doing, the known and sworn enemy of Nick Wright? What is Kevin Durant doing saying that the 76ers are better than his Warriors?
He's not saying that. He's just comparing the idea of adding a great scorer, a great player to an already great collection of players, and he's trying to kind of tie in and loop in what happened to him in Golden State. Kevin Durant's thing seems to be, and I know he doesn't like it when we psychoanalyze, but it seems to be like, why did everyone make it a big deal when I do something, but now it's not a big deal when LeBron does something of equal stature? But of course, we all understand the argument might be a little disingenuous because LeBron is 41 years old versus Kevin Durant, who is a couple of years removed from being an MVP when he joined the Warriors.
And the Sixers haven't been out of the second round, and the Warriors had won the championship.
And 73 games, yeah.
Nick Wright is with us now. Nick, hello. What are your thoughts on recent?
I disagree with Amin entirely. I think Amin is being far too. I think Amin is saying what he wishes Kevin Durant was saying rather than what Kevin Durant flatly said himself. Kevin Durant's last word on this issue was, quote, "I don't get how the Warriors team is better on paper." He's not making a soft, well, when you think about it, he is fighting a war from 10 years ago, and he is not only saying Joel Embiid, his MVP in 2026 is no different than Steph Curry's in 2016, he's also trashing his teammates. He said, and I quote, "Klay Thompson, never an MVP candidate in nothing. In nothing. Not even like the family reunion pickup games. Nope, Michael got that one. Draymond, 14, 7, and 6. Steph, an MVP, just like Joel was. And I don't listen. I like Durant, and Durant says we're not cool. I actually think Durant likes me too. I think we just got him on the wrong day when he memed me. That's fine. But this is ludicrous. I do think Draymond had the best analysis of this when Durant first opened this can of worms, said that Durant looks at basketball like Uncle Drew. It's just about getting buckets, and this Sixers team has a bunch of bucket getters. But, Dan, I have a galaxy brain, not conspiracy theory, but a galaxy brain theory about this that I would like to run by you.
Okay.
So when people are knocking this down, what they're, a lot of them are saying what Amin was getting ready to say or kind of said at the end, which is, but ultimately the biggest difference among all the differences between the 2016-17 Warriors and the 2026-27 Sixers is Kevin Durant at 28 is so much better than LeBron James at 41. And I think Kevin Durant's just waited for people to say Kevin Durant's better than LeBron James. He'll take it, even if he has to just force the conversation. I think he wants to be wrong, just so everyone's like, no, you're wrong because you're better than LeBron. He's like, finally, I went to the whole team so people would say I'm better than LeBron. It's kind of a roundabout way, but they're finally saying it. So I think we might be, he might be playing us like a fools. He's crazy like a fox.
Nick, you landed the plane that I was flying. That was my whole point. And this is all designed so that everyone can say, "Wait a second," and he says, "Oh, is that right? I'm okay." Yeah.
Then we're on the same page.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm glad I interrupted, so you can't say I stole it from you like Club Superstar.
I mean, well, you did
that would have been a big
one.
bummer if you would have said that first. So we're on the same page.
So if we do it by position, right? Steph is better than Maxey. Klay is better than Edgecombe. Draymond is more available than Joel Embiid. You match up Kevin Durant against Jaylen Brown, and and so LeBron's your whoever Kevin Looney, whoever's the fifth starter for
Kevon. That's fine.
No, how about Andre Iguodala? I mean, Andre Iguodala, pretty important guy.
Yeah, okay.
Andre Iguodala, that Warriors team had Andre Iguodala. And so it's just the Warriors in the 2 years leading up to Durant joining them won 171 games, a championship, and lost in Game 7 of the other finals. the Sixers in the last 2 years have won 68 games, not total, but per season, and won one round of the playoffs. I mean, it's an absurdity. Everyone knows it's an absurdity. The thing is, I am fascinated that Kevin Durant wants to keep having this fight. That KD is still fighting this war. It's a really... And I think the comments, this last Instagram post, like, really bothered Clay. I don't know if it really bothered. Clay seems pretty chill. But it was a real insult to Clay, and Draymond didn't seem too pleased about it. And, like, he's really, via social media, once unintentionally with the Rockets tweets, DMs, whatever, they got leaked, and now this intentionally torched a bit Steph, Draymond, and Clay. It's all very odd.
Nick, you brought up the DMs thing. We still don't know that was him, and I don't.
Yes, we do. I do.
How do you know?
Yes.
How do you know?
I know.
Like you have confirmed sources saying that was him, or are you doing
That was Kevin Durant?
Are you doing circumstantial evidence?
I am. Here's what I'm doing. I am doing far more than circumstantial evidence, but because I haven't paid the $799 to take Pablo Torre's How to Be a Journalist class, I'm not sure exactly if I can say I'm reporting it.
Well, let me ask you this question, because I will tell the people that Nick Wright has information. It's not just gas bagging. He's got sources. No, you've got sources. You do. No, and so how do you talk about this? You're saying something is so that I have not heard confirmed and have thought is unfair to Kevin Durant without the confirmation. These burners and everything else. What do you know is true, and how can you talk around reporting it while understanding that you're not quite a journalist, but you're not just a gas bag either? You get information.
So this is on First Things First. This is when I say I'm putting on my fake news hat. The hat is fake. The news is real. So I put on my fake news hat. That was Kevin Durant in those DMs. First of all, it obviously was. Second of all, I'm telling you it was.
See, I don't like the first of all. Because the first of all, I got this theory, Nick. I call it the X-Files theory. There's an X-Files movie where it's called I Want to Believe. And that is where we are right now as a society. Everyone wants to run with the thing that confirms how they feel about things. It doesn't matter if it's real or not, right? Aaron Rodgers is a great example. He wants to believe that Dr. Fauci is full of shit and COVID was just some hoax, when obviously it wasn't. Millions of people died worldwide, and the things the steps that we took stemmed the tide of that thing. So it's the same thing. It's like, because Kevin Durant has had this thing in the past, everyone wants to believe, of course, Kevin Durant would do this. I'm here to say that I hadn't heard, not at the time and not since then, a single person go on the record and say, I have either proof or reporting or something that this isn't just us wanting this to be true, that it's actually him.
So I really didn't mean, what I just said here, so, again, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern, it's on most cable providers, linear television, it's still alive, America. I've said repeatedly on the TV show, Amin must have missed those episodes, sadly. But this, gosh darn it, I was told by someone who absolutely would know about the what I would call the brief crisis management of how to deal with this, and what, those things that, and now he's really going to be mad. Now,
I am so unaccustomed to you being tongue-tied when we're just trying.
Because I'm not really, because you're right, because I'm not, I do a vice-riddled, gambling problem version of Wendy sometimes, where there's things I know that I have no interest in talking about because I'm not really that. I'm more interested in gathering some information and being in being in the circle of trust of things or whatever. But when occasionally, I hope the discerning viewer or listener or consumer of my content can tell when I am going way further out than I normally would on things that aren't just like, who's going to win a game that no one can see in the future. And rather than that, what I'm doing is saying things that have happened or things that I have very good reason to believe will happen. And that's, so I try to there you go. But Wendy knows everything. Brian Windhorst knows every single thing that's happening about the NBA, shares 2% of them with us. I know a handful of random things, and when I think it's either relevant to the audience or helpful, I try to make it very clear this is not just, me guessing. This is what I would call very informed speculation. I didn't think, again, we spent more time on this than I thought we would. I thought that was resolved fact, essentially, about that Durant torched the locker room by destroying all his teammates.
But this is what bothers me, though, that things become fact without anyone confirming it in a way that's verifiable. Like, to me, it doesn't feel fair regardless. I want, at the risk of getting you in trouble again with Kevin Durant,
no, you're fine.
When Chris Whittingham says that the version of Kevin Durant's career that has played out, I want to place this hypothetical in front of you. Is the version of Kevin Durant's career that has played out the worst version that could have played out given his skill set?
No, that's too far, but it's certainly not the best. Listen, I am going to, and I'm not trying to be tongue-tied, and I'm not trying to hedge, but I am trying to just reiterate what I've said before. I find Durant fascinating. I think he's the only athlete in my lifetime in any sport, but certainly in the NBA, that has handled his career the way he has as far as interactions with fans, media, and his utter transparency that he just wants to ball. He wants to get better every day, get buckets and ball. I find admirable. I also find incredibly admirable, and now it's been almost a decade, so we paper over it, that this guy's career, even though he stayed a great player, his career took a second fork in the road when he played a game on a bum Achilles because everyone within the Warriors organization and some media were like, he sure has been out a long time with a calf strain. Don't you think he should be back? Then he comes back for 11 minutes, pops his Achilles. And so I empathize with him there. With that said, to Witty's point, this is a player who by 20 years old and year 2 was arguably a top 5 player in the league. By 21 years old and year 3 was inarguably a top 3 player in the league and spent the entire first decade of his career in the conference finals or NBA finals. Every single healthy year with a healthy team, he was in round 3 or later. And since that day, he popped his Achilles. Even though his play has been superb, he has played, I think the number is 13 games past round 1, 0 games past round 2. A guy who lived in late May and early June hasn't played he's played arguably 2 super relevant basketball games, and they were games 6 and 7 of round 2 against Milwaukee 5 years ago. That's a huge bummer. And what I do think is also, if we're going to, not psychoanalyze, but basketball analyze Durant, Dan, I do think a bit of a window into his comping the Sixers Warriors gives us a little bit of insight as to why he's been bad at figuring out which teams would actually work on the court. Like, the fact that he thinks the Sixers are a Warriors comp kind of explains why he might think him, Harden, and Kyrie can't miss. Why him, Booker, and Beal make a lot of sense. Like, those things. And so I don't think it's the worst version of his career. He's, the 17th greatest player of all time. But there's a lot of better versions of it. a lot of better versions.
Are you aware that when you did the comping the Sixers Warriors hand gestures that you were doing the Trump masturbating elephants dance? Did you realize that?
I didn't know that was a dance.
Yeah, you were doing that. Also, Greg Cody asked you a question that kind of got lost. He asked you, when you put on your fake press hat, does it have the word press in the fedora?
Yes, of course. Yeah, good. A little. Yeah, in big black marker, handwritten.
Yeah.
A little smaller than a 3x5 note card, and it's a skew, and it's not a hat like what Roy's wearing. It's like, it's an old, I don't know, hats, but
a
it's
bit of a fedora,
yeah.
I don't know hats.
Bowler maybe.
Bowler.
I don't. Again, I don't know hat. I know it's not a baseball cap, and I know it's not a sombrero, but I don't know what it's.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but you can visualize it. Again, fake news.
Yeah,
hat.
the one that Bert Sugar wears.
I'm not that familiar with Bert Sugar's work either, with respect to the Sugar family. But yeah, that sounds right.
All right, Nick. Also, earlier, a few minutes ago, you said the phrase "gosh darn it." Is that a phrase that's common to you? Because I'd never heard you say it. Gosh darn it.
Yeah. So I curse in my daily life, and I try not to say God out of that for a lot of people is like a super bad curse, but I used to say GD a lot, and so I've just replaced it with gosh darn it. Wow. Out of respect to people.
I have a number of questions, and we've got a limited amount of time here, so I'm going to try and keep you, and I don't think this is possible, but we're going to try and keep you to 30 to 45 seconds on each topic. Yeah.
The only way I can do that is if I have soundtrack behind it and there's a whistle. I need like NFL Films music and then 45 seconds of whistle. Then I can do it. It tricks my brain.
Roy, get to work.
All right. Roy is getting to work right now.
John Facenda music and a whistle at 45.
Yes.
Go.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to give us a second because you're bossing Roy around and he wasn't prepared for this. So the first one's going to have to be a cappella. I hope that's
Anyone
okay.
got a whistle?
We don't have a whistle yet.
We're going to get all of the
fine.
stuff. See if you can find all the stuff he's requested.
What's the temperature? Hold on. Let me see.
No, let Amin do a manual whistle like this. And that'll be good. But
it's 83 degrees. I don't know if I can whistle.
Who's got the best referee whistle among us? I am not a whistler. I cannot whistle. So who can
I bet
whistle?
Greg Cody can do a good old timey.
I can.
I've always said you can't trust someone who can whistle with their fingers in their mouth.
How about this?
Great.
Okay.
All right, we've got a song. 45 seconds, Nick Wright on Scooble to the Dodgers.
Oh, hey, this is a very fascinating one because people are using this story to have an argument that is nothing about this story. You can hate the Dodgers' financial advantage. You can feel like baseball needs to change. I'm a Royals fan. I understand the bother of that. But anybody could have gotten Scooble. They're going to pay him like a total of $2 million over the rest of the year. The Dodgers did not get Scooble because of their massive financial advantage, but it doesn't really matter that that's the facts of the case there. This seems to be the tipping point in people being mad at the Dodgers. I didn't even need the whistle. Oh, wow, I have extra time. I'm chilling.
Okay.
Thank you.
We do have the whistle here. LeBron to the Sixers. We haven't had John since it happened. Your thoughts?
I know. I mean, he's going to do what he's done in every place every time he's ever changed teams, which is by year 2 deliver a championship. Also, it confirms to me that Rich Paul was being 100% earnest, that if the Knicks hadn't won the title, he was going to New York. And the moment Rich said that, we all should have given more and more credit to Philly. Because East Coast, that means he's willing to go to the East Coast. It means he's super valuing a chance to win a title, and historic franchise that is in a long championship drought. New York, Philly, and Portland, oddly, are the 3 that check that box. He's not going to Portland. New York was off the table. Philly, and I'm trying. I have a call for season tickets this week.
Any bonus LeBron thoughts you want to give us? Because 45 seconds wasn't enough time for you.
Yeah, of course I would. I spent 10 minutes on Kevin Durant's obvious burner, and it means like, do you have the login info? Have you seen the IP addresses? Come on, bro. Yes, I would have rather spent time talking about LeBron to the Sixers. Mike Ryan's going to lose that bet. All-star at 50. We thought it was just going to be hypothetical. Mike, keep going. I have gotten one thing wrong in my LeBron commentary, which was I've been saying for the last 2 years, guys, he is going to play 25 years. Don't think about this year as his last year or next year as last year. He's going to play 25 years. Addendum, at a minimum. The guy just loves the game. Loves the game, and he's going to win another ring. It's an hour and 42-minute drive from my front door. Next.
I got to say, I mean, given that you found a referee's whistle, I really thought you'd be better at it. Like, I need some louder whistle from you.
I hear it great.
Okay.
Maybe it's those headphones that I got in my first radio studio in 2003 that you're still wearing. That when you take them off, they leave the little black things on your ear.
Oh, I hate those.
That you're like, wait. You're like, what happened here? And it's like, oh, these headphones. My God, Dan.
You said that Kevin Durant was fascinating. The most fascinating athlete going right now for Nick Wright is blank and why?
Oh, God. I don't... On court fascinating, on field fascinating. The most fascinating story is, sorry, but it's true, is Patrick Mahomes' ACL recovery and how how fast it was and how that impacts the season as a whole. As far as the most fascinating kind of person, come on, guys, it's unnecessary. By the way, even in the short time since that picture was taken, a little bit of a glow up from your guy Nick, little teeth whitening, the hair, I've really figured it out. But I probably Wimby.
Nice jacket.
Probably Wimby. Thank you.
And last question before we get you out of here: top 5 television theme songs of all time.
Okay, I'm not equipped for that, but when you said Kevin Durant, what I thought you were going to do, Dan, was I had called him the 17th greatest player. I thought you were going to say who are the 16 ahead of him. Can you do that instead and see if I can do it in order off the top of my head?
We could, but it's not at all answering my question in any way. Why are you
I don't know television theme songs, bro.
None?
I grew up listening to Ron Barr Sports Overnight America. I didn't hear a Prince song till I was driving from Houston to L.A. when I was 30 years old, right after he passed. I have giant gaps of pop culture knowledge because I've spent my entire life practicing for this moment.
Get out of here.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, that's great. I didn't even see the picture. I do look great. Wow.
Go ahead, do the 16. You want to do the 16? Go ahead.
I don't want to get it wrong. In order, 1 through 17. And this is not just the last 50 years. This is all time. Let's see if Durant actually is 17. LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain. Take a breath. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Akeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry. Take a breath. Dr. J, Nikola Jokic, Moses Malone. Did I do it? Jerry West. And now we have a question. Oh, I gave a little thumbs up there. Is it Durant or is it Isaiah Thomas? I don't know. Maybe he's 18. What a hit.
Thank you, Nick. He's the host of FS1's First Things First. What's Right with Nick Wright is the podcast he does with his son. You can get that. It's more available, and it's more readily available on your internet streaming services than the more mainstream stuff he does on linear television.
Cable, boys. Linear cable.
Still alive.
Not dead yet. Not dead yet. No. Still alive. Throw it on, then watch a good Friends rerun. Did it yesterday. Nice little night with the fam.
So you do watch. So there's a TV theme song that you had, but you wanted to do Kevin Durant top 17.
I don't know the theme song. I know the show. See ya. I'll
see you later. Goodbye. Thank you. I appreciate the applause for how well that segment went. Oh, you were doing the Friends theme song.
Biggest lie or most troubling thing that he said, that he watches Friends and he doesn't know the Friends theme song?
That's what he just said.
Yeah.
Or that he had never heard a Prince song until Prince died. I remember the day we were here and Dave Damashek said he had never heard a Mariah Carey song. He couldn't name a single Mariah Carey song other than the Christmas one. And we were all like, how? How do you live in America and just not encounter that at all?
That's weird, right?
Very weird.
Well done. But for him to say he had never heard of Prince, Greg Cody, I wouldn't have you in the school of, hey, a very avant-garde music listening type, right? You've got your stuff that you listen. No, he's got his stuff that he listens to.
Yeah.
Can you name a Prince song?
Sure. Purple Rain.
There you go.
Little Red Corvette.
There you go.
Yeah, big Prince fan.
He's actually a music guy, though. You kind of
My bad.
undercut his credentials.
He
there.
did a collaboration with one of my all-time heroes, Mavis Staples of the Staples Singers.
You
way
run
back
her
when.
fan club, don't you?
I do run her fan club on X. I used to. They took it away from me. Right now, all I have is my own Twitter feed and Carly Yastrzemski.
They took it away from you?
Yeah, they took Brendan Benson stole it from me. His people stole it from me, and Mavis Staple, I can't get now. I can't sign on. I
You
can't.
just forgot the password.
Well, that kind of thing.
Well, was it stolen from you, or did you just forget the password? Those
Well,
are two very different things.
No, you know what? I tried to reactivate I reactivated my Carly Yastrzemski X Twitter site very easily. Worked like a charm, and it's now active and updated and running again. I tried to do the same with my Mavis Staples fan account, and I couldn't do it. I don't know why.
I want to ask the group here a question about how I'm supposed to feel about something done by our exceptional social media department, okay? Because I found myself getting mad yesterday, and I found myself getting mad and feeling a bit like Charles Barkley felt when he claimed to have been misquoted in his autobiography, okay? It's our show and it's my show, and so when something goes out with my name on it, it's got my responsibility around it. And the people who run our social media account have figured out that any time that I'm talking about sports media in any way, it's something that pops a little bit. And so what they did to me yesterday is I see my face scroll across my YouTube channel in horror because it says in front of my face, ESPN is dead. And I'm like, I've not said that. I've not said that in private. I've not said that in public. Why is it just my face on ESPN is dead with a question mark?
Yeah.
With a question mark.
Then it's okay.
But that's not
It's okay. See, you could say anything, Dan, as long as we put a question mark at the end,
That's
because
right.
we ask the question, and then the answer is no, and that's fine. But ESPN dead is how you should have worded it. Your tone was all the way off. You said ESPN dead in my face. No, it said ESPN dead?
I didn't say either one.
Well, we're asking the question.
No,
clearly you did.
No,
It was there.
no, I was no.
Yeah,
It's your channel.
Why'd you say that?
Why'd you ask that?
Why would you put that up there?
Why would you ask that up there?
Who'd you fire? A lot of unanswered questions.
Another question. Would you?
I did not say that, and I want it taken down.
Wow.
Can't take it down.
What do you mean? I didn't say.
It's doing numbies.
No, but here, no, but
can't
I
do that.
no, I don't.
Take one for
You
the
want to
team.
give up numbies?
Yes, yes,
No,
yes.
no.
The
You don't give up.
That's
numbies.
too far.
No.
That's too far.
We've had a lot of meetings about not giving up numbers.
No, I want to give up these numbers. I want it taken down. I don't want that on my face. Here's the thing that keeps happening, okay? The way things get aggregated today and the way that people consume things in just snippets, it looks and sounds to people like I am both not supporting in any way Pat McAfee, against Pat McAfee, and any time I talk about ESPN, even though while I was there, I was a self-appointed ombudsman who annoyed everybody with my criticisms while I was there, doing so, talking about ESPN, which does do numbers. When I do it, having left ESPN, it always gets interpreted as bitterness because I can be critical. And being critical after you've left is different than being critical while you're there. Now, I was more critical when I was there because I'm aware and have an antenna up for how it is that this stuff gets received. But it gets aggregated so much more now and so differently that I don't want my name on ESPN is dead because I'm not thinking that publicly or privately. That's not right. Whether they're diminished or not, they are still the American leader in sports. I don't know worldwide. I don't know if they've ever been the worldwide leader in sports, but they still are the American leader in sports coverage. And I just don't want my name on what seems like ESPN hatred when it's not what I feel.
Well, it's not ESPN hatred. It's a question about ESPN.
Question. And Dan, 10 times the numbies.
We're looking at
videos.
yesterday's
10 times the numbies.
10 times the numbies.
10 times the numbies.
Right, it's good you said that.
Take it down.
Okay, I'll tell them to take it down. Take it down.
Whoever's in charge of it, take it down. You know what? You don't have to take it down. Just don't put ESPN is dead in the front of it. Put something else there.
They didn't put that. They put ESPN is dead.
Can we keep McAfee and Rogers' faces, though?
But I love ESPN.
Actually, do that. Cross out. Do that. Do
May contain errors instead?
No. I will always love ESPN instead of ESPN.
Why don't we just name this episode that and see what the numbies do?
Yeah, there we go.
That's what I'll do that.
Great idea.
I'll do that on the podcast, Dan.
Yeah, do it for science.
I don't like the way that our social media team is jerry-rigging the numbers. I want the numbers.
Just say numbies.
Honest.
It's fun.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Douche or no douche? Guy who says numbies instead of numbers. You're in a big hurry, are you? You can't say the hard R?
Hey,
Come on.
No.
Same number of syllables.
Can I bring us back to what we were talking about earlier?
No.
Oh, come on. We were talking best reality shows ever. We left one out. Cops.
Bad Boys.
Oh, we also left out of the TV theme songs one.
Is that the original? That's an early reality show. Cops.
The original, I think of Real World as the original reality show. Do I have it wrong?
Cops was before Real
Cops
World.
before that? Yeah. So is Cops the original television show? Cops is problematic for a lot of different reasons. I was telling you guys yesterday, having watched some of these documentaries on, for example, it's not just Jerry Springer, but it's that show America's Biggest Loser, and as well a documentary done on To Catch a Predator, which I think most of us would say To Catch a Predator. That's a good public service, but Chris Hansen has reasons to feel a little bit bad about what happened to the people working on those shows because of the subject matter and the difficulty of televising something like catching people who are pedophiles.
Candid Camera.
Okay, but wait a minute. That's a prank show. That's
the first one.
That's not a reality show. Candid. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is Candid Camera a reality show? We're in the Greg Cody wheelhouse right now.
Man.
Put it on the poll as well. Have you ever heard of Candid Camera?
Hell yes.
Well,
Alan Funt.
that's a great name.
It is a great name.
Funt.
Alan Funt. It's not F-U-N-T. It's F-U-N-D-T. See if you guys do me a favor as we continue to skew older and older on Greg Cody days.
Actually, I don't think there is a D in there.
No,
I think it's F-U-N-T.
I thought it was DT. We will
I'm
find
looking
out
it up.
together. Do me a favor, video team. Please get the Burt Sugar photo I was asking for during the Nick Wright interview because
no D.
No D on him.
Yeah.
well done, Greg Cody.
You're welcome.
And get me a photo as well as of Alan Funt, which I don't believe you'll be able to find in color.
No, it's not the color.
We don't make Burt Sugars anymore, right? Like, or do we do it and just not recognize it? Who's the Burt Sugar of the modern sports media? Guy with a lot of personality, comes in, always has the hat, got the cigar, and asking the question. Remember, Burt Sugar was in Great White Hype along with Tim Kawakami.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Are we still making Burt Sugars? Because it's a great question by Amin. So this is an old-timey boxing writer. He wore the old kind of press hat and also was always wandering around with an unlit cigar, which is a real showpiece. It's
Great look.
Was he chewing on it? Like, a lot of people chew on it.
He's a showman.
Dan, you're the closest one to that we have in the media.
Just a cigar smoker.
Yeah, but halfway there.
Dan's birthed lots of sugar.
Consumes a lot of sugar.
Look at this guy.
I don't know how much he's burned.
Dad, do you remember the reality show An American Family in the 70s?
I don't.
It's claiming to be the first one that like just followed a family around. Because the one you guys were talking about before was more of like a prank show. And this one was just a following in the 70s. It's called An American Family.
It sounds like the premise of 1440, the story of an American home.
Duller than dog shit.
Which follows one house and all of the families that parade in and out of it.
No, boy. I found the first reality show. It was called Familienkrochen in Eiben mit Hans und Jelly. And it was Nazi propaganda.
Ah, shit.
What was the show about?
Who starred in it?
Stage show in which a young couple acted as model Aryans and presented everyday lives without a script to the camera. Even though it was clearly Nazi propaganda and the episodes were affected by censorship, in recent years the show has been presented more frequently as the oldest reality TV show in the world.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes, dumpster juice take.
You're going to have to leave, Jeremy. I don't have one here that says bringing up Nazi propaganda. If I had one of that, that's what I'd be hitting.
Wow.
Just get out of here.
What are you doing
Dan, you don't want to see the thumbnail for this hour because...
Dan kicks out the Jew for bringing up Nazis? All right.
Out.
Whoa, boy.
All right.
I thought you were going to say, ouch.
No. The ultimate or the first of the reality shows cannot be a German one. I'm doing American pop culture show. I'm not looking for the internet answer to my question. What is making it into the mainstream before Cops? What year did Cops debut?
89.
And Real World was 92.
So what would be before Cops on a reality television show? Reality TV, obviously famously cheap. When television wants to go cheap, it goes reality shows and game shows. Those are always cheaper programming than most. Would you guys, off of the top of your head, think that there's anything before Cops? Or do you think, also put this on the poll as well, at Le Batard Show, is Cops the first reality show that you remember, yes or no? Because I don't have another one. Go ahead and put up Alan Funt there on the screen as well, so that people can enjoy. Is that Alan Funt? I think that's a younger Alan Funt.
That's younger?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like the old time TV shows. He's 29.
Yeah. It's yeah. It's like Bill Snyder. Bill Snyder, as a young man, as a boy coach, was still someone who looked like he was 74 years old. That's the way he stayed looking so young, as he started incredibly old.
Me. I'm going to be in person.
I was a broadcaster for the Miami Heat radio network for 12 years.
What have you done for me lately, Eddie?
You've done nothing ever for
What are you talking about? I was just at Heat camp. Insane? You're nuts, man?
I have 2 championship rings. I'm a champion
I'm
broadcaster.
trying to bring more championships over there.
He was a proud member of the Junior Heat.
Okay, we'll see. I'm going to get him. They're going to give him to me before you. And you know what? It's going to be extra insulting for you because you're actually going to be there in person. I don't need to go in person. I'm going to be right here. And they're going to call me on the stream, on a video link. And they're going to give him to me before you. You know what? Yeah. He's going to be on video with me. You're going to be standing next to him waiting.
If that happens, I'm going to derail the interview.
That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to derail the interview.
I dare you to do that.
Neither of you are going to get him if I ask for him.
Ooh!
No, but you're going to be here. Who cares?
If we're being honest here, since you joined the broadcast, team's on no winning. Okay, so I don't know.
They went to the finals my very first season.
Again, no winning.
You were an ancillary piece.
No winning.
They hoisted babies because of me.
You were an ancillary piece.
So I don't know what you're bragging about.
You were behind Hewitt on the depth chart.
Okay, Hewitt. I only got to do it because Kirsten Hewitt left.
Do it, Hewitt.
What do you think is going to be the end result here, Mike? Because
I already told you, wasn't predictions.
It's going to be like Zaslow's going to get pushed back.
I don't think any of us get him.
That would be a big surprise because they told me I got him.
I will 1,000% have him on Zaslow Show 2.0 today.
All right, Dan, I'm going to go get Bobby Portis.
No. Your appointment's not until 2 o'clock.
No, I'm getting there at 11:30. Doors open at 11:30. I'm going to be there right now.
You know what? That's just more time you're going to be standing around and waiting because you're going to be standing next to Bobby Portis. Waiting.
I'm telling you, call him Bobby Portis. You're done, Somebody cut that for me.
Never happened. How dare you? How dare you?
I walk in, I put my stuff down at the table, I say good morning, a collective good morning to the 3 people who are sitting at the table, and Lewis just goes, "You have your hat today, right?" The fuck?
Nice hat, asshole.
Bald people.
Nice hat, asshole.
You have a hat, right?
Nice hat, asshole. Nice hat, asshole. Nice hat, asshole.
You have a hat, right? In order to disguise his baldness.
You're bald.
Zaslow wears the cap.
You're bald.
I'm not into fashion. Bald people.
You're bald.
Nice hat, asshole.
What kind of way to greet me is that?
You're so bald that people are comfortable telling you upon greeting you that you need to do something with your appearance.
So you can't do the plugs and the dye. You gotta pick one.
People aren't still doing toupees, are they?
Oh, yeah, they are.
Nice hat, asshole.
Fake hair toupee.
Nice hat, asshole.
He looks bad without a hat.
Nice hat, asshole.
Bald capital B.
Nice hat, asshole.
Your brain beat me.
Why is it okay for everyone to make fun of people who are bald?
Just because you're bald doesn't mean you can take it out on other people.
You're bald!
You say the toupee business is booming.
Google Jamie Foxx toupee.
Dom Capers.
Bald people.
I'm sorry, Sash.
I was just looking at Bill Self and Carl Ravitch.
Zaz, what was your reaction to seeing Dave Hyde say that he had been laid off by the Sun Sentinel?
I guess not surprised, but didn't like it. I think Dave Hyde's fantastic. He'd been really good to me over the years, and yeah, I guess it's disappointing, but not surprising, right?
Am I led to think that Greg Cody's secretly happy about Dave Hyde being laid off?
I reject the implication of my inner voice. And I was surprised, if we're being honest. Would not have been surprised had he just said, "I'm retiring." Very surprised that the Sun Sentinel had the audacity to lay him off. That to me was surprising.
Is it true, Greg? There's a rumor going around. I don't know all the context, but there's a rumor going around that when someone arrived here this morning, they saw you in this room by yourself on the phone, and you said, "We won."
I cannot confirm that. No, I cannot confirm that at all. I've got, I have nothing to do with that. So.
We had plenty to do with it.
What's going on here?
The last cowboy standing.
All right. Yeah, I am the last cowboy standing, although I'm sitting right now.
Cuddled up next to our wife.
I should be on a horse.
Gave her a nice spoon from the back. Said, "Honey, we won."
All right. Inner voice, you're fired. I want a new inner voice.
What am I, Dave Hyde?
Oh, God.
What a great day.
All right. This is going off the rails. I have nothing but respect for
Sun
Dave Hyde.
Sentinel, for having the courage.
Courage?
Yes, the courage to do the right thing. Honestly, it should have been done years ago. We could have called this race long ago. I'm the man. Did what needed to be done.
Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Tom Brady, I'm guessing, would not like you ordering for him. And I think in general, athletes are going to have some control stuff that makes them predisposed to not want someone else to pick their preferences for them. I think they're more likely to have some control stuff there than the rest of us.
The chef is going to bring you to the table and bring what he feels is the best of his abilities. You're going to be like, "No, I don't like shellfish. Sorry, weenie."
I don't want a chef to order for me. What am I, a child?
Why are you going to his restaurant then?
I've been
to pick what I like. Bring me a lobster. Bring me a filet mignon.
I've been to a restaurant with you where someone brings you out a bunch of stuff.
And?
I mean, and that's not my preference. That's not my preference. Not only that, when a restaurant gives me a free meal, it happens a lot. I don't want to brag. Generally, I say to the chef, "Thank you very much, but I insist on paying." That's what you got to do. That's the play. That's the play.
That is not a thing that happens.
That's the play.
We just lied. No. I never want to pay money.
Forgive me for a second here, just making sure that the social media department hears me loud and clear on not joking about this. So I wanted to get to a story here, and I've made a mistake in waiting 2 hours to do so because Tony told me about this, and I still don't believe it. I believe we need to vigorously check this. We need to fact check it. I believe he's been fooled by the internet. I don't believe that what he's saying is true. Is about to happen in Hollywood, Florida. So, Tony, go ahead and get out there with this because I just can't believe that this is something that anybody would want to be a part of wandering the earth. I don't believe that what Tony is going to say has a customer base anywhere in the world. But go ahead, Tony. A business has popped up in Hollywood, Florida.
Dan, have you heard of the Class Soiree Steakhouse?
I have not.
Okay, so on the first Monday of every month, Class
A slow day,
Soiree
trying to get a little bump.
Exactly
I like
right.
it.
So doing a new promotion, Dan. For $250 for men, $150 for women, or $300 for a couple, so decent if you're having a nice steakhouse dinner. It's about those prices. You can dress with nothing on. It is a completely nude night at the Class Soiree Steakhouse. You eat in the nude. You lay bare, as Dave Damashek would say, and have whatever it is that you want on the menu, completely yours, completely
Whatever
naked,
I want?
Dan.
I love that the headline says, yes, it's legal.
We're still looking at the legalities of it, Dan. We don't really know where that's going to end up.
The headline does say it's legal.
It's
It
legal,
doesn't
but you know
seem
how
like-
that goes.
All right, put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is it legal to eat nude in public? Put that on the poll. No. It shouldn't be. Also, this is
To be fair, in private, because you're behind the closed door. But go ahead.
well, it's in public though. It's
private.
but it's a restaurant. It's
But you're
walk
paying
in,
to be
you
naked.
walk in nude though, or
No, you walk in
It is
with
a
clothes
private
on.
establishment, to Tony's point.
And also, is the chef nude or the
chef
waiter
is
nude?
chef and the staff are not nude, so we actually have a news story from WPLG. I'd like you I'd like to introduce you to the chef Murad Ali. This is him.
Let's do a new dinner.
The diners, not so much.
They disrobed pretty much here.
Class Soiree Steakhouse is the talk of the town and social media, not just because of the menu, but for what's not on it. The customers, that is. Clothes, none.
Is it choosing socks off first, or how does it work?
Well, we have a bathroom here.
Murad Ali is the chef and owner. He came up with the once-a-month concept to get new business, to generate some buzz. And Chef Ali says there is a market for this. And if you're saying, what? Are you kidding me?
What do you want to say to those people who say that?
No. Please allow people to express themselves at our place.
Legal? We'll go there before we're done here.
Do you find yourself staring at people?
No, not at all.
Well, right.
No.
That to me was the last straw. There, it's like, do you find yourself staring? No.
What? Me? No.
No.
I love the journalism. So do you start with your shoes and your socks?
The bathroom back there?
I have what I believe to be one of our greatest poll questions ever, which is it okay to eat a steak in the nude?
No.
Never mind in public, just at any time.
Hot ass steak. The sauces, Dan. You got a juicy steak. My balls.
I love a wet sausage. I am telling you that of all the foods, let's go ahead and do this while we're at it, okay? I don't know who
Food
came
you'd
up with
most
this
wanna eat
idea.
naked?
No, least want to. Not most want to eat naked. Least want to because a steak is going to be high. It's going to be high on my list of something that is made far less appetizing by the nudity. So,
Soup. Yeah, like a pho.
I don't want to eat
You want
hot
that broth
pho.
just dripping on you?
I don't want to eat spaghetti naked.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
spillage. That could be some
That
spillage.
might be the highest food
like
on
a
the
little
list.
strain of pasta, all of a sudden it's dangling, it's dripping sauce.
What do you want to eat naked?
the pasta.
I just think it's like a short pasta I'm cool with naked. The spaghetti, because I got to twirl it up. It's just...
The red sauce.
I feel like it's
could
the
get on you.
messiest of the pastas.
It's just okay. Let's
Like a penne?
Let's
The white tablecloth on that.
I'll
or
eat
you
a
sitting
grill.
on a chair.
I'll eat a grilled cheese naked. That'd be up there in terms of things I'd want to.
Handheld stuff is good.
Yeah.
Clams.
Mussels.
I want something I can eat with one hand though.
a seafood tower. Just bring me the whole seafood tower. I want some oysters.
Cracking the crab legs, but they're sharp, and you sit on one. Oh!
Just wait a minute. I need to slow everything down.
I had
here.
to stand up to get this tower, Dan.
I need you guys to look up an assortment of things for me because I don't believe that this can be popular or successful. I don't believe this is appetizing. I don't believe that even as a novelty, this is something that anybody would pay for. I do think it's a good way to get publicity.
You don't trust Chef Ali?
I got to talk to this guy.
Glass
Should
of
we
wine in his
request
hand.
him?
I like that they have couples, but also like you might come as a single individual. Hey, what's going
A
on?
little
Maybe
more
I'll meet
expensive
somebody.
for you, though, yeah.
How about a poo-poo platter?
I'm resisting so many puns right now that I could be saying.
Well, Roy just took one of them, I feel like. And he was dangerously close to
The
another
poo-poo
one with
platter.
penne.
Yeah, that place puts the ass in class, I'll tell you that. Oh, boy. I'm going to order their specialty, the boner and ribeye. But seriously.
He's in the Catskills.
Gonna be serious.
He had nowhere else to go after that one.
But seriously.
In all seriousness. Okay.
Right?
That place is legal. I'll tell you that right now because as we've discussed earlier, off air, there is a nude optional bar in Key West that's been there for decades.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, and just purely for journalistic reasons and out of curiosity, I found myself up there once. Anyway, my wife and I have been to Key West.
Thank you, Dan.
For Fantasy Fest. You all know Fantasy Fest.
Sure.
Freaky.
It's very loose. It's freaky.
Hell yeah.
Nudity
I'll see
during
someone
Fantasy Fest is perfectly allowed. And one time my wife and I are having dinner, not at a fancy restaurant during Fantasy Fest, but at a bar-type restaurant. And we're eating, and the nude guy is walking right past us. It was close quarters. Like he's within a foot of our table walking past. That can't be healthful. And I worry about...
You're right about that.
That's the only reason I would never go to this nude restaurant.
You suspect that's the only reason that it's a health code violation?
Yeah,
that's the only reason you would never go.
Well, first of all, it's ridiculously pricey. I'm not going to spend $250 just to get in the door anywhere. But I'm not a prude. I'm more liberal when it comes to that kind of thing. But I just don't think... I think it's got to be a health code violation. I just do.
Put it on the poll as well at Le Batard Show. Is eating publicly in a restaurant in the nude a health code violation?
Is Matthew Berry? He's got a bunch of nude people at his Fantasy Fest. Is that what I'm understanding?
It's a joke he's making about fantasy football. He doesn't.
I love a wet sausage.
He doesn't know what the Key West, Fantasy Fest is.
I did see Matthew Berry nude there once. Now that you mention it.
According to Joanne Hussey, a spokesperson of the city of Hollywood, says it's legal because the staff,
That's not her real name.
the staff
What
and the
staff?
members of the restaurant working are clothed. So if it was everybody nude, illegal.
What is her name?
Joanne Hussey,
I'll bet it is.
spokesperson for the city of Hollywood.
No.
I have a number of questions. Please look up for me how many such establishments exist in the United States or in the world, for that matter, because I'm promising you that two things I'm not putting together is public dining and public nudity. Like in terms of two things that and it's not, you're going to lose my appetite. Hard to do. You know how much I panic around the McRib. You're going to lose my appetite if you tell me that both I have to eat something in the nude and I'm surrounded by nude diners. It's distracting. It doesn't seem like it can be legal. It shouldn't be legal. And beyond that, it seems like terrible business. Like it seems like there's something they're doing on Monday night because they need some publicity. They ain't doing it on Saturday. They ain't doing it on Friday. You want a good steak there? That you can have it on Friday or Saturday clothed. Or if you go on Tuesday, your ass is going on a seat where there's been a bare ass before you, and I don't want to be on that seat because I don't think you're fumigating your place correctly, and you had a whole bunch of nude people in here the day before, and I don't trust you to not have health code violations if you got a bunch of nudity in here eating steak.
Now I'm picturing like a family in there for a birthday.
No.
Dan, I got a top 5 for you. Top 5 foods I would like to eat in the nude. Ready?
Yeah, sure.
Number 5, buns.
No.
Number 4, muffins.
No.
Number 3, clams.
No.
Number 2, melons.
No.
And the number 1 food I'd like to eat in the nude, tacos.
No.
Jeremy, please look up for me, just in America and the world.
Yep, I've already looked up how many restaurants offer nude dining, which is something I never anticipated
On the first
doing
Monday
on
of the
my
month.
work computer.
It's just once a month. It's just
It's
First
just
Monday.
the first
Now,
Monday
personal
of every
computer.
Month, yeah. Actually, having this past Monday, Dan.
Let's see a photo here real quick of Greg Cody at Fantasy
That's not
Fest
me.
so that you guys can enjoy
At the nude
Greg,
bar.
Greg
It looks
Cody.
enough like me where I would appreciate it if you said that it wasn't
Greg
me.
Cody, Garden of Eden, Fantasy Fest. Here it is. Here.
Oh, boy. Right.
I love this side by side.
You know it's not me because I've never been an LSU fan. Not one day in my life.
Greg just described a very great level of how much did this person look like me.
Yeah.
Enough so that don't say that it's me because people won't believe me.
It looks just like this man wearing nothing but a tiger hat and a purple thong with a small tiger over his private parts would be too dressed up for this restaurant on the first Monday of every month. This is Greg Cody being overdressed for their Monday night experience.
One more reason you know it's not me. He doesn't have a beer in his hand. He's got like a soda cup in his hand. Proof.
Amin, I've wandered too far away from another place where you had a top 5, and we've been 2 hours removed now from all of your Hard Knocks enthusiasm, and we never got to your Hard Knocks related top 5. So what do you have for us here? And is it just a clean list, or are there OLI?
A couple of OLIs, Dan. OLI, the word pads.
We don't know what this list is. It's a Hard Knocks list, but we don't know what the list is.
Top 5 takeaways from Hard Knocks episode 1.
The word pads?
Pads. The word pads comes up a lot. They have a whole segment where they just keep saying the word pads. Pads. We're pads. Now we're going to see what happens when we put on pads. What are your pads? Like, they just kept saying pads over and over again. OLI. Sam Darnold dropping that ring. It felt scripted, but it was genuine and it was hilarious because it just painted Sam Darnold as exactly who he is. Someone who probably shouldn't be in this position. OLI, Derek Hall's truck. He has a monster truck, Dan, that is so lifted off the ground, he has to literally leap down when he gets out. I said, that can't be safe nor covered in your contract. All right, here we go. Number 5, I forgot Kenneth Walker was Super Bowl MVP. Yeah. Might be a different list, top 5 forgettable Super Bowl MVPs.
Do you know where he is now? Because he signed in the offseason and he signed cheaper than I thought a Super Bowl MVP should go for.
I do know because they mentioned it in the episode, but I'm going to leave it up to everybody else here. I guess.
He didn't sign cheaper, he signed Chiefer as well.
There's my hint. Kansas City Chiefs. Wouldn't have known.
Number 4, Cooper Kupp got invited to Travis and Taylor's wedding, and he didn't know why. He was like, surely there must be someone that you have a better relationship with than me. Yeah, because I think Sam Darnold asked him, like, are y'all tight like that? He's like, not really. Number 3, and this is, I quote, from the great Liev Schreiber, a little pee isn't a deal breaker. Oh. We got to get that sound. Number 2, JSN's Madden rating is 99, and I said underrated. And the number 1 takeaway from Hard Knocks this year, they finally, after 25 years, however long we've been doing Hard Knocks, they finally got the captions to sync with what's happening. Because for years, people would talk, and it was like the closed captioning was like it was a live event, like I'm watching a game. But I'm like, you had this for 3 days before, or at least a week before you had to put it out. How are the captions not synced? They finally got it to sync. Thank you, HBO.
So you said a number of things here, and I wanted to get to adding to some of the things that you said, because we have some video of Travis Kelce making his way to camp that I want to get to, and we also have some video of CeeDee Lamb at camp, and I wanted to get Greg Cody's opinion as a veteran football writer. CeeDee Lamb, a very good, obviously, #1 receiver. Good as is he made any better by the fact that he is practicing here, and what he has over his head while he's catching balls, I'm assuming, from like a pitching machine of some sort, is he's got on his head a beekeeper's mask, and it's over. It looks like it's over his helmet, so he's wearing a helmet, and he's also got a beekeeper's mask. It is the dumbest thing that I have seen in training since I saw basketball players trying to practice around guys with brooms and mops as shot blockers. It's silly and it's fairly useless. But what are your thoughts seeing CeeDee Lamb doing that?
I don't think it's silly or useless. I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it's inventive. I would liken it to a batter using a weighted bat donut for bat speed purposes. If you use a weighted bat donut, the bat feels heavier. When you take the donut off, the bat feels lighter and your bat speed increases. In this case, I may or may not be the only one in the room who has worn a beekeeper's headgear. And you can see through it very well. It's meant to protect you, but the sight line is enough where you can catch the ball. But then when you take it off, the whole world opens up. You see everything better. So he's going to see a pass more clearly, if only in his mind, than he does ordinarily because of that training.
Well, everyone at the skill positions could be running around with ankle weights at all times, and then they would feel better running, but that's not how they train. And that, at least, is in the form of training.
Yeah, revolutionary.
No, beekeeper's mask is not revolutionary.
Have you worn a beekeeper's mask?
I have not.
I have.
I have as well.
Fetus.
Cody's beekeeper mask, guys.
I'll try to, sometime during the show, I'll try to get a photo of me and my wife in beekeeper's masks during an excursion in Vancouver last summer.
Oh, this was last summer?
Yeah.
So you guys went, what did you guys do, like play with the honey, or what did you do?
They showed us all that. We went on a hotel tour. They took us to they grow their own honey there, so they took us to their bee area, and then later they fed us a meal and let us eat some of the honey. Yeah, we were nude, as a matter of fact. And so was the beekeeper who was with us. Beautiful woman, nice woman. Anyway, I'll try to find those photos sometime during the show.
Travis Kelce, we have video here. You tell me what you guys think here. And it's Travis Kelce at practice. He's a little more famous. He keeps getting a little more famous. Travis Kelce is out and about at camp, and he runs into Dwayne Bowe, but he's got security with him.
Handler, I'd call him.
Okay, so it's a handler.
PR guy. That's the way it looked to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's one of his people.
Guy with a walkie-talkie on his belt.
Okay, here is a guy who is Travis Kelce adjacent, who thinks this is just someone in a Dwayne Bowe jersey and not actually Dwayne Bowe.
Come here. You know I'm running on. No, this is the man right here. This is the man. Ring of honor right here, I heard. Yeah. You know I love you, baby. I'm going to come catch you after this, baby.
The old I'll catch you after.
The best part of this video is that the kid who's got the walkie-talkie on his belt and is walking with Travis Kelce, making sure nobody else can get him, feels so dejected at the fact that Travis Kelce blows him off and it's like, no, this is my boy, that he walks out of frame. Let's watch. Don't watch the interaction between Dwayne Bowe and Travis Kelce. Just watch the kid.
Come here. You know I'm running on. No, this is the man right here.
Oh, he is. He's crushed.
I've got some power here. Can you guys? Oh,
he starts to hit Dwayne Bowe with the, you're going to have to be behind this gate. You're not allowed over here. And then Travis Kelce gives him a stiff arm like, no, this is my guy.
Do me a favor and look up a story for me that I think is pretty funny here, where so this story is funny and this video is funny because Dwayne Bowe's in the Ring of Honor, and you are absolutely right that the guy with the walkie-talkie was crestfallen. He's like, Dwayne Bowe, that's before my time. And this guy's a little heavier than I would have imagined somebody who was a wide receiver for us. Well, I think that's part of what it is that happened, and also the young person is dumb. Like there's that, with no respect for history as well. So he is absolutely crestfallen. But the story I want you to look up for me is the details on Jack Del Rio. Okay, during the work stoppage that ended up with players crossing the picket line. I think Jack Del Rio, and I don't want to get these details wrong, but I think he got into a fight with somebody that he thought was a scab player, but wasn't, was just somebody who worked with management, and he got into a fight with him because he was just so mad about the work stoppage, and Jack Del Rio is a fairly violent man.
Dan, this happened to Tyler Kolek at the Knicks parade, right? He's on the team. He won a championship. He's celebrating. You know how guys will get off the float sometimes and run up to the fans and take pictures and stuff like that. And some cop was like, yeah, you can't be here. He's like, I'm on the team. Tyler Kolek is white, by the way. We should point that out.
He beat up former All-Pro 11-year Chiefs wide receiver Otis Taylor, who had been retired from football for 12 years, but was in such good shape that he thought he could still be on the team and be a scab player.
So he just beat him up, even though he was
just beat him up.
Just a guy in management who he thought was on the team.
That's right.
Taylor pressed charges, and the two eventually settled out of court.
Also, in the United States, I can't seem to find many nude restaurants. I have found 2 different resorts only in Florida that offer restaurants where you can be nude or partially nude. There are restaurants that have existed in London, Milan, Tokyo, Melbourne, and Paris, one of which offered natural ingredients. So going back to natural times, eating raw foods such as vegetables, fruits, flowers, smoked meat while nude.
Smoked meat. This can't be something
one of a kind
that civilized people do.
Wow, I don't like the judgment in your voice, Dan Le Batard. Good kink.
Grid punishment?
Trying to get a meal.
Nudophobia.
I legitimately thought that you said don't pink shame, and then it made me imagine you specifically nude.
More orange.
This might be a kink. I'm saying it should be illegal. Like, this is not something that should be allowed in polite society.
Dan, we're in Miami. There are a lot of establishments. They call them gentlemen's clubs. And a lot of them are known for having really good food, but the employees are nude. You don't seem to have a problem with it there.
Now, do you have to be nude?
I'd have a problem with it if they were at the pole eating.
Because I'd like to just go people watch and just sit at the bar with clothes
That's
on.
a good
Do you
question.
have to be nude?
Is it nude mandatory?
That's a good
Just on a
question.
One
Monday?
We should
clothed
send
guy
Chris
at the
out
bar.
Or just one nude guy. Just one everyone
The
else.
only one that signed up.
Look at that guy over there.
Everyone else is clothed. They don't know what they do on Monday nights, and there's one guy there, one lonely nude
Hey,
guy.
aren't we here for the thing? What do you guys still have shorts on?
I got Chris being the one guy sitting at the bar with an old fashioned in his hand, with his legs crossed, just kind of hanging out like a barfly. Like, hey, how's it going?
I saw Amin scribbling furiously, and it made me assume that you're making another top 5 list, another one to go with all your other top 5 lists today.
Yes, Dan. You know, earlier I gave you the top 5 foods I'd like to eat in the nude. And I said, you know what? I got to think about this from both sides. So this is now my top 5 foods I'd like to feed someone else in the nude.
Wow, thoughtful.
There you go. See? Equality. Number 5, nuts.
Right on.
Number 4, a banana.
Right on.
Chocolate covered. Number 3, meatballs.
Right on.
Number 2, the butt.
Right on.
And the number 1 food I'd like to feed someone else in the nude, wet sausage.
Oh, boy.
I love a wet sausage.
So we've wandered away from talking about Bill Snyder and people who looked old when it is that they were actually young. Why are you laughing in my face, Roy?
Bill Snyder, huh?
Yes, yeah, again with Bill Snyder. I'm going back to that because when we went out during the break, okay, Chris Cody was laughing to himself. He was just by himself laughing. And I'm like, what are you laughing about? And he's like, I'm laughing about that time that we did a show about Fred Mertz, who was the neighbor in I Love Lucy, as we continue to skew older and older around here. And Fred Mertz, he was alleging that Fred Mertz in that show was in his 30s. And there's just
I thought I heard that.
There's just no way that that's in any way accurate that Fred Mertz was in his 30s when he was the neighbor of Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball. Now, I do think that in the past, we have made fun of the fact. See if you guys can find this photo of Wilford Brimley in Cocoon, because this is a nationally famous thing where Wilford Brimley in Cocoon looked unbelievably old, but he was in his early 40s. And so Tom Cruise was making all sorts of movies that where he was older and doing all the ridiculous stunts that Tom Cruise does in his movies, and he was still in his late 40s and early 50s, and people would point out that he was older than Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon. I want you guys to look this up because this is a thing. We've done this before, and Wilford Brimley in Cocoon is my standard bearer for someone who looks impossibly old for his age, because, I think Wilford Brimley in Cocoon was younger than you presently are now.
Dan, he was 49 when he was in Cocoon. I'm presently 47.
Okay, so I want you to look there. There's Wilford Brimley wearing kind of an old-timey press hat, or what could pass for an old-timey press hat. But Chris, you've got this wrong. Okay, I got to think you've got this wrong. There's no
Seems
way.
I am wrong. I thought that was a thing that we had talked about before. I just remembered it, and then I looked it up. He was apparently old on the show.
May contain errors.
Yeah, Fred Mertz was not in his 30s, but Greg Cody really does appreciate the fact that you brought up Fred Mertz.
I do.
Circling back around to something that was a very brief and glorious scandal for a minute. What has happened around the World Cup and Gianni Infantino, although they call him Johnny, what has happened that he has gone from trying to sell 1/5 of the World Cup. That's a fine, Roy, $5. He has gone from trying to sell 1/5 of the World Cup to his job is very much in jeopardy. He's in almost total crisis. He has squandered all of the goodwill of an amazing World Cup, and now they have emergency meetings in Morocco where it seems like he's fighting for his job, seems like he's fighting to keep his power because everyone is mad at him, and he somehow, in a remarkable speed, has lost everybody.
Right. Yeah, crisis meeting. Even they're calling it a crisis meeting. I don't know how he's going to keep his job. And there's 4 things that can happen. There's 4 mechanisms that can see him no longer the president of FIFA. One is a voluntary resignation, and there's no indication that's going to happen. 2 is to be defeated in the upcoming presidential election scheduled for March 18th of 2027. That's a possibility, although all he needs is a majority to win, a majority of 211 voting nations. He can be formally, the ethics committee can suspend him. The ethics committee can suspend him from his job, but there's no indication that would happen because theoretically he has appointed all the members of the ethics committee. But here's the mechanism that I think will see him voted out. A formal vote of no confidence only needs to be backed by 43 member nations, which is about 1/5 of member nations. In UEFA, in the European delegation alone, there are about 43 or even more nations. Europe just voted to boycott. So I think based on a formal vote of no confidence, I don't see how he keeps his job.
UEFA is what you meant to say?
It's UEFA. What did I say?
UEFA.
Okay, I've heard it pronounced both ways, but if you like UEFA,
Johnny Infante. You did better.
Infantino.
Yeah, well, they're making fun of me. I
okay.
did that yesterday.
Okay.
I called him Johnny Infante
Okay.
and confusing him with Omar Infante.
Okay.
He had a way worse career average than I thought he did. Omar Infante. His career OPS plus was like 78. Like, it was shocking for a guy who had a 15-year career, huh?
Amin, yes, he wasn't that good. Amin, can you tell me how you feel, because you love this sport, about, I'm sitting here trying to remember something botched like this that resulted in a power and money grab that ends up with you losing all of the power and the money. It's just nuts that it was this close to becoming an enormous corrupt money grab, and then it becoming public made it so that it was a bridge too far for everyone involved that accepts that this is a corrupt organization, but not this corrupt. They're not allowing it to be quite this corrupt. No, we're not this much for sale.
Yeah, it's funny because like a lot of corrupt institutions, corruption happens in increments. And the idea is like, well, we do this, oh, that's fine. And you keep letting it slide because it's just a little bit more than what it was the time before until you turn around and you look at where you started and you see how far you've come. And Gianni Infantino, it seems like in this case, got tired of increments. He's like, let me take a bigger chunk. And we saw a lead up to this going through this World Cup, like how many more leaps that they took that were much larger than even 4 years ago, kind of the increments they made in allowing Qatar to have this World Cup, and despite the stadiums being built on basically what amounts to slave labor. So they almost kind of looked at it as like, oh, wow, we got away with that one. We're being a little too conservative. We can do more. We can do more. We can do more. And so you see all the things that happened during our World Cup, and we were all up in arms before it, saying, oh, my God, they're not letting this guy in. Oh, my God, they're treating Iran like that. And yet it was a massive commercial success. And you know what Gianni Infantino says? Guys, I think we're still being conservative. We can take even more. And so now his increments get much larger. And the irony is, I think Mike said it yesterday, if he had the same plan and the same rollout and the same kind of strong arming that he did and had merely had a different partner, some, venture capital or private equity firm that we didn't know was related to Jared Kushner and in essence was another backdoor through Team Trump. If it was anyone else, just any nameless, he might have actually gotten away with it. It reminds me a lot of what we're talking about on PTFO, about with Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. It's the level of kind of leap that they take. That it's like if you just a little bit less, you could have gotten away with it all.
George and Seinfeld, Jason Alexander was 30.
Do you realize, Greg Cody, that the level of corruption has to be so very spectacular when the objection that we're presently getting comes after Amin just used the throwaway phrase in the middle of what he was saying, basically amounted to slave labor. Like that you can get away with all manner of corruption if you're FIFA, that includes an assortment of things that is killing slaves who are making stadiums for you because you have to build them so fast because a rogue nation just has more money than everyone else and has really purchased the World Cup. We say it's not for sale, but it's been for sale for a long time. That's why FIFA's so corrupt, but not this for sale. It's really hard for a bridge to be too far with these people, and Infantino just learned, much to his shock, I'm sure. I can't imagine how stunned he is on oh my God, I misplayed this. I can get away with anything.
Classic Icarus. He flew too close to the sun.
I mean, they can't really get away with it because the department, 16 years ago or whenever it was, the U.S. Department of Justice indicted dozens of people over this outright bribery scandal. And in what Infantino is doing now, the irony of ironies is Sepp Blatter, the previous president and the king of FIFA corruption, comes out and says he's aghast at what's going on now with Infantino's plan that he had to scrap under pressure. So FIFA has a long, literally a rich history of scandal and bribery and all that stuff. So Infantino is really just keeping up a family tradition.
Kelsey Grammer was 29 in Cheers.
I mean, you mentioned that PTFO is something that has been very pressurized for you the last few months. Pablo Torre Finds Out is coming out with another episode tomorrow night at 9 p.m. He is doing some nighttime episodes, and people are gathering around because he's the only one that has information on this subject. And Amin said yesterday that he believes that this episode, which they taped earlier this week in New York, that this episode is the biggest holy shit episode from among the 12, some of which have won the Pulitzer Prize, since the very first one that started down the path of scandal. I mean, what are you comfortable telling us, even though all of this is embargoed? And I'm telling everyone here as a promotional vehicle that Pablo Torre finds out at 9 p.m. tomorrow night will be unveiling again another box of storytelling that dramatically takes you down a path that Amin is saying is covered in a bunch of holy shit.
Yeah, so a lot of people, I had some people reach out to me and say, wait, what about the one at Sloan? So the one at Sloan was definitely a damning episode, and it featured great evidence. But what I've learned is the further away we get from the basketball of it, right, the more we get into federal investigations and whistleblowers and stuff like that, people either get confused or disinterested. I'll say this becomes a lot more closer to home than some of the aspiration conversation that we've had. It gets us out of courtrooms. It gets us out of the ether of the things that are happening far away. And it brings us back to the essential investigation, which is, did the Clippers funnel money to Kawhi Leonard through a third party? That's the question. That's not allegedly. It's a question. Just like, is ESPN dead is a question. It's not a statement. So that's
it didn't say, is ESPN dead? It said ESPN is dead? Question mark?
Question mark.
The question mark's the most important thing, Dan.
Saves you. Yeah.
ESPN is dead?
It's like a Yoda question. Yeah.
Clippers funneling money through third party? The question mark carries all the power.
The question will be answered. I think I can say this, that has more details on a second company being involved. And I'm not going to say anything more than that because I don't know anything more than that.
Carol O'Connor, Archie Bunker, and All in the Family was just 46 years old.
Roy, that's your music right there. He's playing your tune, All in the Family.
And you know what you want?
On this list. Yes, but they're both behind I Show Speed. Number 27, Kenny Lofton.
You've fallen in love with I Show Speed.
I think it's an incredible story.
You've come around on him.
No, I've always been in on him. The guy was barking at people in front of like a couple dozen Twitch streamers, and then he's playing before the World Cup. It's an incredible story. It's an incredible American story.
What was he playing?
He was playing one of his songs.
You haven't been always in on him. You've been what Zaz is presently, where you were saying to yourself, what is it about this guy? And then the first time you actually got informed, you're like, oh, I get it.
No, the first time that I put effort into like watching it and the stuff that he does, and admittedly,
what's he do?
It's not for me. It's skewed to a younger audience, but he's a master when it comes to engagement. And it's also like he doesn't have the chops. Like he puts himself out there, things that can embarrass him. I think the production when he goes on tours, it's some of the great organic content that's out there, really genuine, funny moments that come from improvisational skills. His team around him is incredible with the content. Don't
He waved
Yeah,
his hand.
I did.
No, I think when he goes on tour,
I shoot you.
He gets like Michael Jackson level reaction.
Really? He gets Michael Jackson level reaction?
Yes, he
Michael
does.
Jackson.
Yes.
The king of pop.
Yes, he does.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
There's Michael Jackson, and there's I Show
Yeah.
Speed. Similar response. Similar crowd reaction.
You don't know ball.
Michael Jackson, I Show Speed. Okay.
You sound like an embarrassing person. You sound old as shit. Kenny Lofton played for Lute Olson's Arizona Wildcats. He was really good. Number 26, Patrick Mahomes. The bloodline. He is the most talented quarterback we've ever seen, and if he wanted to play pro baseball, it's in his genes. I bet you he could. Number 25, I'm an ally, Ronda Rousey. She also did some MMA. Number 24, Mickey McCarty. Was drafted by 3 professional sports leagues.
Did you just make Mahomes high on this list because his dad was a baseball player?
Yeah, well, I'm sure he could have and been really good at it. Number 23.
So you put that ahead of Kyler Murray, who actually got a great deal of money for playing baseball. You don't even know if Mahomes played baseball.
Number 23, Anthony Kaladiu. Oh, stop. I mean, I'm selling you short, pal. as you know, tried out for the Miami Heat, tried out for FI. How good do you have to be considered to play college quarterback without being able to throw a football? You had to throw an imaginary one.
So bothered by Jimmy Graham being ahead of Tony Gonzalez.
Come on, Dan.
Hey, make sure you're not late. It's time for Zaslow's World Cuck Update.
I mean, I don't know what that was. Trying to do a World Cup update. What the hell you doing there? I do have a few more things I want to say, Dan, as far as the World Cup is concerned. Now, because yesterday was the final round of 16 game. You know what comes next? You know what's next after round of 16?
I cannot believe how electric this World Cup has been.
It really has
so
been.
good.
We finally have the good matches that give life to this being one of the greatest tournaments of all time. We were missing those bangers. And Argentina in back-to-back matches give us instant classic after instant
The
classic.
Cabo Verde game was insane.
Against all-time African underdogs. They run up against the greatest player at the tail end of his career, still having enough for one last
Mike,
job.
let me tell you what, that 13 on Cabo, what a shot.
This is
Shot of the tournament.
A
Did you see it
world-
bend?
And how about those fans?
Did you see
It
it
was
bend,
a
Dan?
literal movie.
It was crazy.
He runs into the sand,
Gets
finds
over.
his lady.
Boom.
That's how you end the movie, folks. That is
He was looking,
unbelievable.
and the security was like, no, go back. And he's
That's
like, no,
love.
no, where is she?
That's love right there.
She's got to know also to come down the stairs. What are you doing?
I'm the one who's doing this.
Your second topic, Zaz. Do you have another World Cup topic?
Well, I'll tell you what. All right, I don't know why you're saying it like that. But anyway, I have other things that I want to talk about. You know what? You can't take this away from me. I don't know if you saw this past Monday night.
CM Punk returns to WWE. After months away and all sorts of rumor and innuendo, he's not on the right side with TKO, comes back in his hometown of Chicago and beats Sami Zayn, whose title reign lasts about a week. Much fanfare in Chicago.
CM Punk related to Daft Punk at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but CM
Daft Punk's good, though.
Not unlike Messi, later in his career, finding top form, his body looking incredible. You know what this might set up? Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk at SummerSlam.
Greg Cody Rhodes.
I'm
Hello.
going to SummerSlam. I want
There
to
you
talk
go.
about this.
Well done, Jeremy.
Your third topic, Zaslow,
gotten the
of
laugh.
this World Cup update.
You know what? Actually, I'll allow you to call it that here because there's a movie that just came out that I want to watch. It's by our pal Billy Corbin. It's called God
That's
Forbid.
not just coming out. It's
5
the
years
most
ago.
popular documentary in the history
It
of Hulu.
just came out.
No, I mean,
Dan,
it was
you saw the
several
movie.
years
What did
ago.
you think?
It was excellent. It
Yeah,
was-
why don't you have a turn here?
It went.
You got a pre-screening?
It went deeper into religious power and cuckery than I've ever seen a documentary. I didn't get an advanced
How
screening.
cliche, a pool boy.
This movie, and distinctly Cuban pool boy. Like, just not actually a pool man, a very pool boy. A Cuban kid who's not fully grown up, who was having sex with the wife of Jerry Falwell's sons,
Spoiler
the
alert.
president of Liberty University, his wife, and he liked to watch it in a corner of the room while he was wearing very little clothing.
This is why it's called World Cup.
All right, get back in this seat here. Get back in the seat here that is a prominently featured seat. That concludes our first ever World Cup update.
When I say it like that, what I mean is if I'm Scott McCullough, my emphasis
What
is...
about Clayton?
What about Clayton?
Or Clayton, I'm sorry.
Who is Scott McCullough?
You know, I have a friend named Scott
That's
McCullough.
my
I'm
mom's
sorry.
coworker's husband.
I have a okay. I'm sorry.
No way.
Apologies. Okay.
Can we call him and ask what he would have done in that spot?
Please. You have his number, Chris?
That's funny.
Try it again.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to both McCulloughs. But if I'm the manager, my emphasis is this kid deserves a once-in-a-career shot at a perfect game. My emphasis is not, you know what, we have a 4% better chance to win if we go to the
what
World
are
Cup.
the things, now that you're making the list, what are the things more important than winning? Because I do agree with him. I do think there are rare instances where you can prioritize the individual over the team, and this would be one of them because it's not even a no-hitter. Like, that time has passed in baseball. There are a lot of bullpen no-hitters, and in fact, I don't even think that they get very much fanfare anymore because of how it is you've cheapened the no-hitter when it's 6 bullpen guys walking 6. But a perfect game. 27 batters faced. Your team doesn't make any errors. You don't walk anybody. Nobody reaches base. There have only been 24 of those ever. And he was 6 outs away. Do you guys hear a lot of arguments on the other side of this? Is this about as close as you will come to consensus in sports where most sports fans are like, oh, come on, they used to throw 130 pitches. You got to let him finish that game. I'm tired of all of these maximizations of efficiency that steal the sport's soul by doing silly sort of math instead of like giving a young pitcher a chance at immortality.
I mean, almost every Marlin fan reaction that I saw wanted Yuri Perez to at least have a shot at getting 6 more outs. It's why it was so weird. Like, the Marlins television guy, Kyle Sealaff, called Marlins fans brain dead.
Yeah, he
who
did.
felt that way.
He did.
What?
Yeah,
brain dead.
Yeah, he apologized for it. He walked it back, but yes, he was castigating the audience in a way that was dismissive, and he then apologized.
They have a dead brain, Greg.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
What?
There you go. There's a rumor that may make the catchphrase countdown. Right, and the committee has met on this, and the reason it qualifies for the catchphrase countdown is that although that just sounds like gibberish, what it is a repeat of the word what.
Tony, you got to work on yours because it does have that.
Well, he's the
parrot.
master, though.
I know, but
Mine's lacking the parrot.
Well, you can try to upgrade your game.
What?
Yes, it's a series of 8 was, W-H-U, followed by a what? Yes.
I'd like you guys to challenge each other here.
Okay, go ahead, Tony.
What? Oh, I see where it is. It's his cheeks are looser. That's what it is.
That's it.
What?
No, you got to start off a little higher.
You know, it's a Cody thing. The Codys can do it.
Can you do it?
Can you do it? Let me see. That's more chicken. That's chicken than parrot.
Do it again. Let me hear you.
That was a bub sound.
I was trying to show off. Go ahead.
Yeah,
do
you
it.
got to go. Better. That's my boy.
By the way, I've gotten Scott McCullough's number. I'm going to text him.
All right. Well, no, just call him. Let's call
him. I haven't talked to this guy in 15 years.
Just say it's Chris Cody.
Okay. Yeah, this is a normal thing
I want to hear. I want him to pick up the phone and go, Scott.
My dad confused you with the Marlins manager.
Do it on speaker right here.
Let's do the whole thing.
Hey, it's Chris Cody.
And we'll let him know he's on air.
Yes,
We're old friends.
Yes.
All right, here we
Just,
go.
hey, this is Chris Cody. Call me back.
These are the dangers of doing some of these things live.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Oh,
Give him the reason. Give him a long
Chris
reason.
Cody calling about the Miami Marlins.
Scott's going to hear that and go, what?
Please stay on the line. So we'll see if we get through.
I would have liked the more
holding music.
He's going to be like, Chris Cody, the Marlins. How's Beth?
Just go right into the question.
Why? Hey, it's Chris.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry, this person is not available.
Chris, hold on. Hang up, and now call back and make the explanation more detailed.
Okay.
Say,
what would you have done if you had your pitcher with 6 outs left in a perfect game?
Yes. Give him.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is
Chris
available.
again.
Hey, it's Chris again. I'm calling because my dad referenced Clayton McCullough. He said Scott McCullough. He meant Clayton McCullough. He said Scott McCullough. He's talking about the Marlins. We want to know if you would have done the same thing as Clayton McCullough with this big Marlins controversy on Sunday. Call me back.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
You're welcome. Love hold music.
Put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. Do you love hold music? It's the first time I've heard anybody say that. Have a number of things that I want to get to here with Jessica. There's a quote all over my televisions here from Josh Allen that doesn't understand some very basic principles. He says, quote, if you knock enough on the door, it's going to open at some point. That's not true in any way. That's just simply not factually true.
Knocking on the door, she'll be open.
No,
Yeah,
sometimes you can just keep knocking and there'll never be anybody home. There's never anybody
Especially
home.
nowadays, a lot of that.
Unless you're a SWAT team, then you got to use that.
Yeah, how hard are you knocking?
Jessica, among the examples that we've had around here for somebody who looked old prematurely, which of these is the most shocking from among all of these names? That Kelsey Grammer was 29 when he was on Cheers, Cliff in Cheers, John Ratzenberger was 35, Jason Alexander was 30 at the beginning of Seinfeld, Archie Bunker was 46 on All in the Family. That might be too far before your time. Which of those is most shocking to you?
I think the first one with Kelsey Grammer, because 29 is, I mean, you're in your 20s. That is youthful. And if you go back to early Seinfeld episodes, Jason Alexander actually doesn't look that old in the first season. Like, you can see the youthfulness. He just doesn't have a lot of hair.
Jeremy and Amin both making sour faces at you right there, questioning your take on Jason Alexander.
Youthfulness?
I don't think he looks that old in like the first couple seasons. I don't. I mean, I think in general, everyone looks younger now as they get older versus 30 years ago. I think younger people looked older back then, probably from the cigarette stand. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Modern medicine, what the deal is. But I just think everyone kind of looks a little bit younger now.
Put these on the poll, please. Are you shocked that Jason Alexander was 30 at the beginning of Seinfeld? Are you shocked that Kelsey Grammer was 29 at the beginning of Cheers? Are you shocked that Archie Bunker was 46 on All in the Family? All of those are shocking to me. The question I wanted to ask you, bringing you in from something that we were doing earlier in the week, you are a fellow dog lover with me, and so I'm curious because I felt very alone here at the number of people who thought that it was okay for the people in my building to just allow my dog to escape, even though there are all sorts of sensors and doors that have to be open in order for that dog to escape. What were your thoughts on what happened to me when I felt the full-blown panic of the McRib being released?
My first and only thought, Dan, was only you. Only you could lose your dog in an apartment building. Like, this is just something that could only happen to you.
I mean, you live somewhere where it's like, hey, if I want to leave this place, I could just leave. I just got to wait for these doors open. I could just leave. So I got to ask, man, what are you doing to make sure your dog is hemmed up? Or is it just a free-range dog?
The dog has never been out in that elevator without a human being because that elevator is rarely opening on our floor for any reason. And furthermore, the elevator is separate from the apartment and the doors to the apartment are usually closed unless there's a sprinkler system going off flooding the apartment that has my wife running around with buckets and garbage cans and she's in a panic.
I love that you have to specify that there is an elevator that is outside of your apartment because you are so rich that I was assuming the elevator just went straight into your apartment. And that would have also kind of explained it a little bit better. But that is a great detail from you, Dan. But again, this could only happen to you. And if I'm that guy on that elevator, unless this dog is under 20 pounds, unless it's like one of those dogs you could just scoop up and like put in your pocket, I'm not messing with this dog. I am just letting it mind its own business. I'm minding my own business because I don't know if this dog's going to bite me. I don't know if it's going to get mad and do something crazy to me. I'm just going to let it be.
Jess, the dog, by the way, has no collar because apparently Dan lets the dog, after a long day at work, loosen up and just take it off. Yeah. Why is it collarless?
Totally nude
the
dog. Our dog's nude at home too, I mean. But we also have a door between our apartment and the hallway, and then there's elevators, and then there's more doors. And the thought of my dog somehow ending up all the way out on the street in New York is unfathomable to me. So many things would have to go wrong for that to happen.
The only thing that I think this guy did wrong is you have to, when you get into that bottom floor and get out of the elevator, I am making sure somebody who works at this building knows that I found a dog alone. Like, I'm not
I
just
thought
going to keep
Chris-
about my day. You have to say something to someone at that building that there's a dog here.
I thought you were going to say the only thing that guy did wrong was he didn't say sup. Like when he got on the elevator, like, what's up, dog? Because I thought that was a little rude. Like, you could have been like, sup.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
unfriendly.
what's going on?
What I'm going to tell all of you is that isn't the only thing that guy did wrong. What he did wrong is open the door that has sensors on it and let my dog into traffic.
It's still your fault, and it only could happen to you.
Is the dog okay? That's the first thing to ask.
We already did this show on Monday.
He's a good boy, though. We all agree.
Good boy.
He is not a good boy. He crossed several streets and ended up at a restaurant kitchen eating potatoes. He is not a good boy.
How'd you find him?
Running around in a panic.
Did this show.
I know, but like I get it, but I'm just saying like the idea of a collarless dog. Guess what?
That's why I was panicked. And the reason the collarless dog is collarless and totally nude, beyond that the dog prefers to be free and I like for the dog to be free, is there's no chance of that happening. There's no circumstance under which that can happen. None.
Apparently there is.
Tone.
You can't let my dog into the street. It's a busy, trafficked street. You can't just open the door when there are locks and sensors on the door.
Man, this guy thought, like Chris said, this is a rich dog. This dog's probably going to Pura Vida, gonna get a Miami Vice smoothie and chill, maybe some oatmeal chocolate bites. Like, this dog knows what he's doing.
What time of day was this? What time of day was this?
2 o'clock.
3 a.m.
Okay. I don't know why that matters. Just felt like asking.
Your dad just wanted to make a 3 a.m. joke. Like
Right.
that. Just
Where's the leash?
for
No leash law?
For no reason, he made it 3 a.m. even though it was
Also,
the middle of the day.
imagine if this guy, if it is in the middle of the night, like this guy, who knows? Maybe he's drunk and he's just like, what
It's
the hell
not
is
the
going on
middle
in
of the
this
night.
in
It's 2
Miami?
p.m. I thought we'd established that.
I heard it
No,
was
I
3
just heard
a.m.
3 a.m.
Yeah,
so.
me too.
Dan, so the dog came in and like knocked on your door one day, like, Dan, can I talk to you for a second? Like, I'm really not liking the dress code. I just feel freer when I don't have this thing around my neck. Come on, we're in Miami, man. And you were like, you know what? I'm going to allow it. Is that how that conversation went?
Valerie likes that all of the animals be as free as possible.
This dude is throwing everyone under the bus. The man in the elevator, my wife, everybody, the dog, everyone but Dan.
Sure as shit wasn't me. I wasn't home when the dog escaped. Like, it can't be me.
Wow.
It's not allowed to be me.
Le Batard shirks responsibility for dog's evacuation.
Question mark. You got to put a question mark at the end of it, Greg.
Yeah, that's true.
I think what's worse, Dan, is if your dog had escaped but then got out on the wrong floor and was just trapped on someone else's floor and you couldn't find him for a really long time. That would have been scary, too.
Well, I couldn't find him for a really long time. I was running around in a sprint, running around all of the stairs. Early! And running through the floors, and I was wearing, dress pants. I'm sprinting through the streets trying to find the
oh my
animal.
God, you guys, he was wearing dress pants. That makes it so much worse.
You had to be sweating like a pig, huh?
I like the idea of you running around just yelling early, and some other guy says, "See, honey, not just me."
Oh my God.
Oh, you missed the nude food segment, Jess. You would have loved it.
Jessica eats steak with her hands, and one of the things we were talking about
Oh,
before
boy.
you came on here is that there's a restaurant that is open on Mondays, one day a month, first Monday of the month in Hollywood, Florida, where diners eat steak nude, and it's a real thing. And it's legal, and I just didn't think that that's something.
Well, it's
that
whatever you
could
want,
be
Dan. It's not
legal.
just steak. It's a steak house, but they have all different types of foods on the menu. So, Jess, you got for a single man $250, single woman $150, couple you get $300. Basically, the dinner served, all you can have, but you're nude.
Yeah, if I'm eating steak nude, it's in the privacy of my home, and I'm not telling people about it. And it's usually once or twice a month.
How did you feel about the Steelers opening up camp and Aaron Rodgers and Pat McAfee starting camp by?
Dan, put me out of my misery. Okay, there was a story in ESPN yesterday from Brooke Pryor about Mike McCarthy's motto for the season and the T-shirts that he handed out to the team. Dan, what do you think of when you hear the term tempered? Like, what is being tempered when you hear that term?
Tempered someone's passion, someone's rage, someone's. What is being tempered? What do you think of as being tempered, Greg?
Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Greg, that's exactly where I was going with this. How
That's
did
a
you know?
bad slogan. Are we in agreement? Like,
I was gonna say tempered expectations. That's something I think about being tempered. But he went with tempered, I think, to reinforce the making of steel. You temper steel to like harden it and to toughen it. You also temper eggs if you want to cook them really slowly. That's besides the point, though, Dan. But I think of tempering something like I'm going to temper my expectations for this season because the slogan is tempered. And it's just not sitting right with me.
It's terrible.
It's a bad slogan.
What if he's sincere though? Hey guys, like let's temper expectations here. Our quarterback is 50 years old and he thinks Anthony Fauci is a fraud.
My expectations could not be more tempered, actually, for this season because of Aaron Rodgers. So I guess it is really fitting for Mike McCarthy to do that.
Tempering steel, I'm not even totally sure what that means. Don't you sharpen steel? Like, isn't
tempering's like, I think it's like heating something up. So like when you're tempering eggs, if you're making like a pudding or something like that, or like a custard, you're pouring something hot into it while you're whisking it so it cooks it without it curdling and becoming like scrambled eggs. And I think it's probably the same process with steel. However, unfortunately my grandfather, who was a lifelong Pittsburgher, is not alive. So I can't call him and ask him the intricacies of making and tempering steel, Dan, anymore. But that is, I guess, how a process in which steel is made harder.
Yeah, tempering steel, that's how you make the steel stronger. So you don't break it.
Indication.
There you go.
Indication of a bad inspirational slogan when you have to explain it to this degree.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. When you think of Mike McCarthy, do you think of eggs and custard? The Kyle Shanahan story, Jessica. What are your thoughts on everything happening around Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah, my thoughts are that this news story from Chicago in which WGN accidentally, it appears, put up a AI photo of Kyle Shanahan as Mitch McConnell with former Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao is the funniest thing to come out of this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we have a video.
This is something that is actually so wait, WGN is not exactly small. WGN
Superstation. It's literally in the title.
How about those Cubs, by the way, Dan? They did beat the Dodgers last night. Scooble's debut with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
but I digress.
What a bum.
This picture is someone made this picture and put it online, and because there are all these conspiracy theories flying about Shanahan and the accident, and so they photoshopped or AI'd him over Mitch McConnell with Mitch McConnell's wife, and this ended up on the news. Not good.
Hey, not sure how much you've been following this story about Niners coach Kyle Shanahan. Yesterday, he made his first public comments since a car crash 2 weeks ago that left him in some really bad shape. The team didn't announce it until last Saturday, 11 days after it happened.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a laugh track in there either. I've been trying to figure that out for the last 12 hours. I was like, maybe this was part of some sort of local news sketch, but it's very strange. But shout out to WGN. How about my Cubbies?
May contain errors.
Do we have any proof that Mitch McConnell is still alive? Do we have
that picture?
Looks good.
Other than the picture, do we have any actual proof that Mitch McConnell is alive?
What do you need? What else do you need, Dan? He's got the picture. I've actually seen the Galaxy Brain picture of Kyle Shanahan sitting next to Mitch McConnell, sitting next to his wife. Yeah. All three of them in the same bed.
Jessica, have you heard about this Akron football season ticket giveaway? Akron football, it's a little bit hard, perhaps, to keep up with the big schools when you're Akron football, so they have to get creative. Yeah. Maybe on a Monday night, serve some steak in the nude, or allow
that's an idea.
Or allow a fan, perhaps, to call plays.
Yeah. So they have this. lottery going right now. It says make history and be the lucky season ticket holder to design the opening drive of the home opener when Zips football hosts Robert Morris. Robert Morris is an FCS team, so like it's the opener against a team that's not a D1 FBS team. They're a D1 FCS team. So like, okay, that's, maybe you let your fans have a couple plays in that game. I'm assuming if you win this, you are just like sitting on a call or in a meeting the week before the game and like talking to the staff, and then you're scripting it together. But the like real crazy person in me is thinking, wow, what if they are just giving a random guy like a headset on the sideline and handing him the playbook and saying like, go for it? Because Dan, I thought about it. Flea flicker. And then on 3rd and 10, I'm going to do some sort of screen pass, like make the defense think that we're going to punt, and then fake punt on 4th down.
If you were to have a single play that you were allowed to call in any kind of football game, everyone's going with a trick play, right?
Got to go hijinks of some sort.
There's no one. If you're only allowed to call one play in a game, there's no one who's calling a running play, correct?
I might call it double reverse.
Right up the A gap.
But it's
the final play from Remember the Titans.
Someone is going to try some gimmickry. It's never going to be just a common play, correct? Greg.
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch this first drive against Robert Morris now. Like I'm locked in on this.
I want your thoughts here, Jessica, before we talk about Cleveland and its new nickname for its WNBA team. I want to play for you a mistake that Greg Cody made at the end of yesterday's show and just get your ruling on this, please.
Mets at Indians. You couldn't find. You could.
Guardians.
Or Guardians. Oh boy.
Oh,
Sorry.
come on.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
All right, my bad.
So I'm taking from your head, dropping into your hands that Greg's mistake there. What kind of fine does he deserve for that particular mistake?
Oh boy.
$5, $10?
Oh boy. I said oh boy.
Yeah, he took responsibility.
Right. Yeah, and oh boy.
Yeah, but when I get in there with Guardians, you hear a very dismissive like, oh, okay.
Yeah, bad nickname, Guardians. My bad.
Okay, then maybe 50 for that.
All
You're
right,
right, Chris.
50.
Let's play it back for
get a
her
second
again and
job
just
for that.
dissect it real quick and see, because I thought there was genuine shame there. I didn't think he was actually
I did too, but
dismissing
Chris kind of.
Mets at Indians. You couldn't find. You could.
Guardians.
Or Guardians. Oh boy.
Oh,
Sorry.
come on.
Okay.
Oh, come
All right,
on.
my bad.
Oh no, that was problematic. Zagaki saying, "Oh come on, I'm back down to 10."
My bad.
It's an accountability. He took an accountability
I
on it.
did. Thank you, Amit.
Maybe 2.
Cleveland, the new name for its WNBA team. How we feeling about this?
I like it. It's the Sirens, Dan. Okay, so this is something I read about yesterday in the Detroit Free Press. Apparently, there's this guy in Detroit who owns a bunch of lapsed trademarks for old WNBA team names. So Cleveland used to have a team back in the late 90s when the WNBA started, and it folded in 2003, and they were the Cleveland Rockers, and it was like rock and roll themed. That was their logo. Very cool. Everything looks cool again from the 90s. Like, this looks so cool to me. Anyways, but this guy apparently has some sort of women's basketball league. It's unclear what level of competition it is, but he has the rights to the Detroit Shock, which Detroit is a new expansion team that has not announced what their new name is going to be yet. But he also apparently has the Cleveland Rockers name. So part of this whole lead up into this announcement was, are they going to go back to being the Cleveland Rockers? Who, the Cleveland Rockers, not sort of the same as the Detroit Shock. The Detroit Shock won championships and they were a pretty iconic, successful team. The Rockers, not quite as much, but it's okay, are they going to go back to the Rockers, or are they going to do something different? They've filed a bunch of trademarks for other names, I can't even remember what they were, but other things besides the Sirens that were not the Rockers over the last few months. Ultimately went with the Sirens, which I love because we are in a total mythology maxing vibe right now this summer, and with the Golden State Valkyries as one of the new expansion teams in the WNBA, and I love it. I like that we're doing something different. We're not just doing animal names, but I want to know what's going to happen with this new Detroit team now, and if this guy is going to sell the trademark, or how. I actually don't even really know how any of that works. I'm not a trademark attorney, Dan. I don't know if you know that about me.
I do know that about you.
It would be kind of shocking, no pun intended, if Detroit doesn't take the old name back, I think.
I have to tell you why I hate the nickname Sirens. It's because the mythology, like half bird, half woman, I think for everyone who hears the word sirens and thinks of the mythology, there's 100 people who hear the word sirens and think of, you're in an emergency situation. The cops are coming. You just called an ambulance. Sirens, to me, is something you don't want to hear. And so for that
Is this a
reason,
tempered situation?
I think it could be. I think it's a bad nickname.
Well,
Rockers, I think, is good. Cleveland Rockers. That's great.
They do have a siren, mythology siren in the logo.
I know. I saw it.
Yeah.
Still don't like
Does the word siren for loud beeping noise come from the Greek mythology siren?
Yeah.
Like, I assume that's the etymology for that. So, Greg, I hear you. I think maybe it could be a double entendre, perhaps. There is a PWHL team called the Sirens in New York that I think theirs is like the hockey siren and also the mythology siren. And so maybe perhaps they will incorporate that into here. I think one of the issues with this name, which I like personally, and I like the logo and the branding, is that I have found through the internet over the last 24 hours, namely on Reddit, that a lot of people don't associate Cleveland with water or the Great Lakes.
Mistake by the
which
lake.
is kind of surprising to me. And so they're like, I don't get it. The sirens are like they lure sailors into their cave and kill them. And I'm like, yeah, well, Lake Erie's pretty creepy.
That logo's cool.
Appropriately named Erie.
I really like that logo.
Jess, first of all, there's a huge opportunity here for the Sirens that if they're up going into the fourth quarter of a game to play not just that sound, Jeremy, but to play the clip of the old man saying, call an ambulance, but not for me. Oh, we're going to kick him up. But I had a serious question for you, Jess. Is the guy who owns all these trademarks, is it the same guy who owned the Comets? Because that happened to the Comets, too. When they're like, they're moving back to Houston. They're moving the Connecticut Sun to Houston. And like, the Comets are coming back. And they're like, hold on. We don't own the Comets name.
I don't actually know if it's the same guy or not. I don't know that. I mean, I was reading this in the Detroit Free Press, and it only mentioned Cleveland and Detroit. So I guess we will find out what the deal is there.
Check out her weekly Notre Dame podcast, The Echoes with Mike Golick Jr. You'll be happy to know WGN has told TMZ, quote, on Wednesday's WGN Morning News Show sports segment, we mistakenly aired a photo of Kyle Shanahan, coach of the San Francisco 49ers. The photo was an internet meme and not authentic, and we apologize for making the error. It was not intentional, so we're glad that
but
all
the
that...
laugh track?
Yeah.
Was the laugh track? What was the deal with that?
We're going to have to ask more questions there, but Tony wants to, on the way out, Tony has something for you here. Let's go out to Tony and find out what it is that he would like to talk to Jessica about. Let's go out to Tony, please.
Jess, hey, it's a beautiful spread we got here. They actually allowed me to have a little sneak preview. A beautiful croissant sandwich with some divine eggs here. I'm going to take a little bite.
Gonna take the toothpick out of that.
Yeah, no, I did. It's a choking hazard. Luckily, I don't.
Yes, there it is. Let's pixelate those nipples there, please.
I had to put the couch cushion in front, Dan. I didn't want it to be full frontal.
Small cushion.
Thank you.
Right on the crotch.
Yeah. Is that Chardonnay? Looks good.
I'll give you a little sip. Hold on.
Yeah.
Getting some good ASWM here.
Oh, beautiful.
Why is
French.
Tony naked?
Well,
French in nature.
You know.
Just like Cody.
We do that every Wednesday.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Jessica. Good talking to you.
It is.
Bye.
Can I come back now, Dan, or do you want me to spend the rest of the time?
Come on back.
Okay.
It's a great visual joke for the audio audience that cannot see that
he's naked.
That Tony is naked and eating a croissant that's been there for 3 hours as part of the eating area experience.
It's a nice
I'm glad
restaurant.
I'm glad we did that with Jess.
Yeah, glad we have HR here.
I mean,
oh boy.
What do you mean? We're talking about a nude restaurant.
Hey, Jess, we got something for you. Cut to Tony naked.
Something specifically for you, Jessica. Tony's got something for you. Here's naked Tony.
The boner and ribeye.
Now here's how you navigate this situation, Dan. You say, Jessica, we have something for you? ? Right. And now you're safe. The question mark does all the work.
Saves everything.
We should have had a question mark just over Tony's private parts there. Just a single question mark, just covering the nether regions of Tony. I still can't believe that I am now telling you guys that I feel like, just as a content play, I have to go on one first Monday of the month to that restaurant.
Yes. Yeah, you have to.
You got to.
And I think we need to have a company dinner there.
Wow.
Okay, now you've crossed over to HR.
I've heard worse ideas.
Yeah, just you and Valerie. I think that'd be good.
No.
You and Early.
Can I update you, Dan? We have on our video from yesterday updated what it says. It no longer says ESPN is dead, ?
No?
That video says ESPN is dead, but there's a line crossing it out. And right underneath it, it says ESPN forever! ! So we'll see what happens now.
Now, see, exclamation point, that's a statement. Yeah. That's like unequivocal. My opinion is that ESPN forever versus ESPN forever? ? Now it's back in, and then the sirens are going.
Yeah. Because you guys are excited about football, because you guys were watching Hard Knocks, and it signals the potential return of football, I think we may have shocked some people by telling them there's a game tomorrow night. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Did you know that there was an NFL football game tomorrow night?
No.
I didn't think that most people knew that. I have a handful of football stories, and I want you guys to choose from among them. So I've been trying to get to this for 2 days, but we've had too much good stuff to get to any of this. So now I'm finally getting to it. The offerings are the following, okay? Jalen Polk has retired from the Saints very early in his career. He's only 24 years old. He was the 37th pick in the draft a couple of years ago. He has a total of 87 yards and 2 touchdowns in his career.
What was that first name for Polk?
Jalen.
It's Jalen.
Well, it's got an apostrophe in it.
It's a fine, $5.
It's got an apostrophe in it.
Quick with that, Greg.
But it's got an apostrophe.
Yeah, but
in
Jalen
it.
spelled like 1,000 different ways. If it was J''Lynn, then Jalen, but J''Lynn, clearly just going for a unique way of doing Jalen.
Right. $10.
Yes, for fighting it.
Right.
The maximum fine is $5.
Me
around
maximum.
Here. The maximum fine is $5. So that's one story that you have for an offering. Another story that you have as an offering, Jadeveon Clowney joining the Texans, who already have 2 of the top 10 pass rushers in the league, and Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. That's another story that I think is interesting. Deebo Samuel, a 1-year deal with the 49ers for $7 million. What are you shaking your head about, Amin?
What does this Debo guy want, man? Honestly, like, what's happening? Hey, like, he forced his way out, right? And then he goes over there and he doesn't fit it. He comes back? You can't come back, can you? You can't come back.
Put it
That
on
one's
the
pronounced Debo.
At Le Batard Show. You can't come back, can you? At Le Batard Show. Also, Travis Hunter says that he's heavier, but quicker. And I don't know if that is physically possible, but he says he's 10 pounds heavier and he's moving around like he's lighter. And then the 5th story in this 5-pack of stories is Justin Herbert behaving on the field in a way that I rarely see a quarterback behave on a football field, being amorous and lovey-dovey. With his fiance. Let's go out to Tony here in the other room where he is eating a stale croissant from 4 hours ago.
Not stale.
In the
Beautiful.
nude.
Beautiful croissant.
Tony, which of those stories are you most interested
Are
in?
you the only one in the restaurant?
Yeah, I'm the early bird special here, Dan. I'm waiting for everybody to get over, Greg. Dan, I have both. I want to talk about the Justin Herbert Madison beer one, but I also want to talk about the Whopper, okay, that Travis Hunter put on. I got heavier, but I'm also faster. I've heard a lot of Whoppers in my day, Dan. I have a 5-pack, a top 5 of Whoppers I've heard since that article.
Okay, we've got the rarest of things, a nude
top 5.
A nude top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a nude top 5.
Let me take a sip from the White Zinfandel here for a second.
Okay, so also another story for your perusal is Zay Flowers getting a 4-year, $140 million extension that makes him the 4th highest paid wide receiver in football. A lot of people are questioning that contract, but Mina Kimes is saying the contract makes sense. She says that since he's been drafted the last the last 3 years, he ranks 5th league-wide among all wide receivers in target shares. He's the focal point of that offense.
Yeah, he's a Lobo, so we've vetted him. He's good.
All right, Tony, get us started here. This is top 5 Whoppers in sports.
Yeah, top 5 of the Whoppers I've heard lately. I was thinking about the article. I was like, man, this feels like a bit of a Whopper. Number 5. Yeah, these are only 10 milligrams, bro. They're never 10 milligrams. They're always higher than 10 milligrams. Number 4, Tony Romo saying he was going to go visit Grandma and Grandpa.
Please pixelate his nipple.
Oh, hold on. I think I can move. Oh, this one's out now. Hey. Okay, how about that? There we go. That's better.
Talk about a Whopper.
And you know it. Number 3, when they told us Shohei Ohtani didn't know English. I saw him with Cameron Brink in the box. He had her smiling and laughing. He's not talking in Japanese. Let's be very clear there. I mean, can you back me up on that?
I 100% back you up on that.
She's not laughing at anime. She's not laughing at Japanese stuff. Like, he's talking English. Come on, what are we doing? All right, number 2. After an argument, when you ask your wife if everything is okay and she says yes. Whopper. What a things are not okay. Things are never okay.
Right.
Number 1, and this one, Dan, I feel like you have heard also. Cuban day laborers telling you that when they were in Cuba, they were doctors. En Cuba, yo era doctor. And you're like, no, you were not, dude. You're laying tile. There is no chance in hell that you were a doctor whatsoever.
Doctor, dentist, I got dentist.
Any sort of thing you needed a degree and you went to school for, that is not true. You're cutting the grass. You cannot be a doctor at the same time because you would have been a doctor here if you were a doctor over there. What are we doing?
It is not always a lie, but it is often a lie. It is more often than not a lie. But since you mentioned Cubans, that's a nice sound of you drinking the white Zinfandel while nude.
Delectable.
You were spending time with your dad last night, and I sort of want to explain to the group here. I mean, do you know Tony's father? Because Tony's father came up with all of us and is sort of the original Cuban sports radio gas bag in this market, English market media. His father's an entertaining personality. It was very good at radio, and it must be fun spending time with him because he's also extraordinarily chummy. He's affable, and people really like him.
Tony works hard.
The people like that he slaps them on the back and is just a lovable character. What did you glean here, Tony, from your recent time spent with your father?
So we went out to a dinner where he noticed somebody from 1,000 years ago, whether it was like Coral Park in high school or like sometime in the early 90s. And he's like, I don't really remember this guy's name, but I have to go say hi to him because he definitely sees me and knows who I am. So I don't remember his name, but I got to go say hi to him. And then he said something that made me laugh because, much like Chris and Greg Cody, my dad has these go-to phrases when he knows somebody by face but not by name. He'll call them a certain nickname, and he has about 5 or 7 of them that I put together on a top 5 list of things that my dad, who when he doesn't know somebody, what he calls them. So are you ready for this? Dan?
Oh, this is a game. We've played versions of this game, but we haven't played the Spanish version. Like we've never. And I'm going to write a couple of these down because I think I've got a good one here. I think I've got number 1. Okay, I'm going to write it down.
Ooh, you think you have number 1 is an easy one, but I don't know. Like,
okay,
we'll see.
I think I've got number 1, and I'm going to show it to Greg Cody. Can you see that on the piece of paper?
Don't say it out loud.
Yes, Don't say it. Yep. You can see it. Okay.
100 people rush to a microphone and let Greg say, "Don't say it out loud."
I know. What do you think I am, anyway?
Any OLI?
We've got 2 OLIs and then the 5. So OLI we'll run through really quick. The first one is macho. Dímelo, macho.
Yeah.
Just man.
I've also got another one. I'm going to write another one here for you that I don't think is number 1, but you will see. I think he's going to say.
Don't say it out
loud.
loud.
Yeah. All right.
Second OLI, jefe.
Oh, wow. That was my number 1.
Really?
Wow.
Jefe was my number 1.
Jefe is a great one. Jefe, permiso, jefe.
Well, you didn't think it was that great, Tony. You put it OLI.
No, but it's OLI, but it's something that my dad says.
He said it was a great one.
It is a great
one. Put it OLI.
But the thing is, I've got 5 better.
It's jefe is boss in Spanish.
Yes.
Go ahead. Number 5.
Number 5, coronel.
That's awesome. Your dad calls you.
If my dad doesn't know your name, but he sees you in some sort of stature, like I know this guy from somewhere and he's important, coronel, which means colonel. I don't know.
It is strange. It's strange that he's giving him a military ranking, but not the greatest of the military rankings.
Coronel, that's number 5. Number 4. And this one's funny because he's done a lot of stuff in the Hispanic Christian radio community also. And this one I've heard it throughout my childhood. Varón de Dios. Which translates to Baron of God. Inexplicably.
Yeah.
Just Varón de Dios.
I might be in trouble here with my other one if we've gone to. I did not have either of these in the top 5.
These are outliers, Dan. That's why my dad is so unique, because he doesn't just follow the path. He does the path, but then does his own thing.
I didn't even know God had barons.
Yeah.
Love baron.
Varón de Dios. All right. Number 3, Doctor. No medical title needed. It's just if you've seen my dad and you know him and he doesn't know your name, he might call you colonel, he might call you doctor.
So you're saying that it's a number 1 whopper that a Cuban person who came from Cuba says that he's a doctor, but if your dad doesn't know his name, he is saying that he is indeed a doctor.
Yes, exactly.
Or a
right.
colonel, or a baron from God.
Yes, a baron of God.
Excuse me.
Number 2, monstro. This is one where it's specifically if I have friends that are bigger in stature, my dad will call them monstro, which means monster in English. So he tells him, mi monstro, and he gives him like a big handshake. And it's always to the side. Like my dad goes in, then sideways handshake like that.
Like he's shooting someone.
Exactly right. Like it's like right here, and then he switches it at the end of it, and then he gives a good grip and calls him monster. And number 1, and this one could have 2. This one could have like an extra additive. Like if you want the cheese, but no, I'm gonna add a pepperoni on top. All right. Number 1 is estrella. Oh wow. Number 1 is star. He calls them star, but this is the additive. Super estrella. If my dad really likes you, he doesn't know your name. Super estrella, and then he gives you the handshake that's to the side.
So I got this wrong here, Cody. Give what I thought was going to end up on his list.
Primo.
Oh, Primo's a good one.
I thought
Primo's a good one too. Primo's a good one too.
Tony, an excellent list. Thank you. Make sure that those nipples get warmed up.
I remember watching Scarface the first time. Went around calling everyone Primo. Primo.
You did that?
I saw Scarface in college? Oh, yeah, man.
What are some of the ones you use in English? What are some of the...
Chief. Big guy.
Yeah, boss.
Big guy's
boss
good.
man.
Big guy's good.
I'll give you one from Sudanese Arabic. Captain. Which is kind of like Coronel. Like, yeah, Captain. Like
Champion.
Ooh, Campeón is a good one too, Greg. Campeón.
Colonel is like 4th place finisher.
But Dan, imagine the just insanity of calling somebody colonel. It's crazy.
Does that deserve applause?
I love radio remotes. Birds chirping in the background. The soft sounds of you adjusting your headphones.
Are you on the devil's lettuce?
The fact that that's probably a car dealership. Oh, that's hot. I like that. I'm an audiophile.
Down at Potemkin Mazda.
So is Roy. Roy is, I don't know what that look is on Roy's face, but
Sonically
it
pleasing.
looked a bit like old girlfriend longing. She was a real Hellcat. Like,
Yeah, real tomcat. I love that. Oh, hey, Gary Abar. I'm getting a little, my return is a little too loud, Gary Abar. Oh man,
where's Tree?
Oh yeah, what's the ISCN settings?
Somebody
G.722.
I get this joke too.
We got a backup coupler. Hell yeah, G.722.
It's a good call by you.
Gary Abar, Jeremy, was the most competent of all of the engineering and audio help that we had. But that particular sound that Roy just played that made him both nostalgic and longing in a way that is weird. There's a little nature in there, but what you really hear there that is making Roy laugh, and it's what Zaz is appreciating here as well. Rare is it that you get the sound of what it sounds like on the very lowest rung of the show business ladder. And this is below that. Like, so you got the lowest rung of the show business ladder, and then you've got where you plant the ladder underneath that, and then underneath that, then the car people coming by, and you're surrounded by used car salesmen, and Ed Williamson is up your ass.
Just 500 due at signing.
Tax tagging time.
We got a bounce house here for the kids. The cookies are warm and the coffee is hotter.
My father would show up at those when we weren't doing the remotes just to have like the pigs in a blanket that have been there since Wednesday on a tray where, Julio, the sad car dealer guy who's finishing 9th place that just out of the bonus that week is sniffing around as you're talking about Lusaka Polite.
Got Defo in the corner asking trivia questions at JM Lexus about the 1970s Knicks. I love it.
That's where we started right there. Gary Abar is the height of the professionalism. I don't know why they did that. Look, people in Gary Abar's position in my history in this business, every last one of them has been insane. Gary Abar's the only sane one. He's a
beacon.
He was the only guy. That guy was a lighthouse. That guy, whenever that sound was happening, Gary, the birds are too loud. I wasn't expecting those at the car dealership. Also, there's an alligator in lot 3 because we're in the Everglades.
Ed Morse, of course.
Let's go to another, though, Argentinian call because there is blatant homerism involved with these calls. This is Pablo Giralt.
Otro centro más de Messi va pasado. A ver que le pega Messi al arco. ¡Vamos Argentina, carajo! ¡Vamos Argentina, carajo! ¡2-2! ¡Aquí está el campeón del mundo! ¡Aquí está el campeón del mundo! ¡Vamos Argentina de mi vida! ¡Nunca quedarse por vencido! ¡2-2! ¡Vamos Leo de mi vida! ¡Vamos leyenda! ¡Leo de mi vida y mi corazón! ¡Vamos leyenda! ¡Vamos Leo viejo nomás! ¡Vamos Leo viejo nomás! 2-2 Juan Pablo! ¡Esto no ha terminado! ¡No termina hasta que suene la campana, compañero! 2-2!
So some of you might want a translation, and I'm pretty sure I heard in there your mother's a slut.
I think I heard MF'er there.
Amongst others.
But did he actually say puta madre? Did I hear that?
I thought I heard that, which I can't believe.
We might need a replay on it just to get ears on it again.
Well, Tony, you're going to have to, I'm going to need your help here. You translate as much as you can. Let's get all the Spanish we got in the room because it happens very fast here. But I heard your mother's a slut in the middle of that, and that seems like not what Al Michaels would have done during a historic 1980s call for the U.S. Olympic team.
Do you believe in miracles, motherfucker?
Do you believe in miracles, puta madre? And let me see if I've got this right. Let's write as much of this down as we can.
Otro centro más de Messi va pasado. A ver que le pega Messi al arco. ¡Vamos Argentina, carajo! ¡Vamos Argentina, carajo! ¡2-2! ¡Aquí está el campeón del mundo! ¡Aquí está el campeón del mundo!
We continue to try to expand our reach around here. I saw us the other day on Tubi. A reminder that if you want our podcasts, you can get those Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music. If you want this as a radio show, you could do that on Sirius XM Channel 85. Obviously, you can watch us live as a TV show on YouTube, but you can also watch us as a TV show on Peacock and NBC Sports Now, Monday through Friday from 12 to 3 Eastern, and also just in a variety of places that are non-traditional places, the Roku channel, Vizio, Watch Free Plus, Samsung TV Plus, and DraftKings Network. If you want anything that we are doing every day, it's all over the place. Before we get to Juju, I just want to show you guys something that I haven't seen a whole lot of, which is an NFL quarterback, Justin Herbert, being amorous on the field with his fiancee, Madison Beer. She is just lovingly petting his ear and putting his hair behind his flowing.
He hates love.
His flowing
They're acting like
hair.
they're in Central Park.
They're very much in love. She is very gently putting his flowing hair behind his ear. What are you shaking your head about, Tony?
It's start of camp, okay? We had the kickoff of Hard Knocks. We know that football is in the air. We're heading towards it like a freight train.
Love is in the air. Love is in the
Yeah,
air.
but there's no time for love. There was time for love from the end of the Super Bowl to the start of camp.
No time
That's
for
when love
love.
happens. You know what you have to do now? You got to worry about the defensive pass rush of the
That's
Denver
right.
Broncos. You got to worry about, can you beat Mahomes, and are you going to even beat the Raiders? Okay, you're worried about the wrong things. Worry about the AFC West. Don't worry about sitting in the field just like, oh, this is so great. No, there's people who want to kick your ass. All right, you haven't thrown a 30 touchdown season since the second year you've been in the league. What are you doing? Figure it out.
If that was a slot receiver, they probably cut him.
There's always time
That's
for
right.
love, Tony.
Yeah, from February to July.
If my wife could be sitting here every single day, stroking my hair,
Only
with
way
her
for you to get
hands,
more annoying.
I fed Greg a to be or not to be joke that
I know.
he shook off. So
I did
was
shake
going to
it
go
off.
with it myself, but I knew you'd find it annoying. But Greg would like, if you said it, you'd like it.
No, I wish the Greg Cody Show podcast was able to promote itself as well as you did just then.
With.
I was jealous.
The Greg Cody Show featuring Greg Cody.
I said with.
Put it on the poll, Juju, when you get a chance to update the polls. You can do this for tomorrow. Is there any time for love once camp starts?
There isn't. This guy should abstain from sex until he wins a Super Bowl.
Put that on the poll as well. Should Justin Herbert, this guy, abstain from sex until he wins the Super
Good
Bowl?
take.
His fiance does have a great last name, though, Beer. And her middle name is Miller, which is weird because that's not really you don't think of that as a female name. But
Madison
apparently it
Miller
is.
Beer.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Juju, we will update the polls in a second with Juju. But what are your thoughts here on everything? You're someone who is always advocating on behalf of people being more loving. What were your thoughts here as Jeremy and Tony went back and forth about Justin Herbert sitting on the field and just clearly looking in love?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm a lover, not a fighter, you dig? I'm always saluting my baby. I love you. She watching right now. But I kind of agree with my boy Tony, man. Y'all boy had 18 weeks to get this out the way. Y'all boys done got married or engaged in the summertime. It's August, sir. Can you throw some slants? Can you do some scat bats or something? Because this is salute to Madison, Miller Beer. You know we love you, but later on, sis.
Work on with Lab McConkey.
Put that on.
That would have been a visual.
Put it on the poll as well, please. It's August, sir. Throw some slants, yes or no. Can I get some updates on our sardines polls questions yesterday? Because those fell through the cracks. I don't need them right now, but can you just, Jeremy, look this up? We've got Juju doing enough in this segment. He doesn't need to look that up, but just get me some answers to my sardine poll questions from yesterday because I found myself wanting. So Juju is here with us now, and I want to talk about a couple of different things with him. I'm going to do South Beach sessions here next week in California, and one of the people I'm going to be talking to is Dane Cook, and I just saw his documentary. I was not aware, it's not out yet, but I was not aware that his brother stole all of his money. But when I think of MySpace, I think of Dane Cook because Dane Cook's entire career as, for a time, the biggest comedian that was going in comedy was born of the fact that he just sort of got to social media before everyone else did and just started interacting with his fans in a way that made his career take off. I'm stunned to hear that MySpace, Juju, is making a comeback.
Yes, sir, man. It makes me think, if y'all can come back, salute to Tom, why the hell did y'all leave in the first place, you dig? So it made me make a top 5 things that, why the hell did y'all leave in the first place list, you dig? Number 5, the club for your car.
Oh, I had one of those.
That's right.
Right. This is the peak of security in my definition book or rule book. So what say ye? Should that be around more, y'all? What you think, Greg?
I think it should. I'd completely forgotten
You
about
had
the
one,
club.
Dad.
I did have one at one time.
So it didn't let you turn the steering wheel?
Yeah,
Is that
you
what
couldn't.
happened?
You couldn't steal the car because you couldn't drive it.
Can't. Number 4, free drinks under soda caps.
Yo,
That's a good call.
brings me back.
What happened?
Where did that go?
You did?
The economy.
Bring that back, Jack.
For those of you who don't
Yeah.
see the visual there, you open up the bottle cap, you look to see if you've won a prize, you can get another free soda. They need to bring that back. Why wouldn't you want a game with your soda?
Zagaki. Number 3, Pizza Hut buffets.
Oh,
Did the pandemic kill those?
Oh my God, those were before that, I
Oh
think.
my goodness. Whole pizza just sitting right down there, just for you. Take as many as you want. With the chandeliers, too, by the way. Work of art. Michelangelo.
This is a good list.
Thank you, brother. And this list is about to fall off right now because I did the math after I sent my list in. Blu-ray DVDs. I just bought this up because this is how my closet looks, and I need something to do with all my damn Blu-ray DVDs. If you want a Blu-ray DVD, let me know. Hit me up.
How many do you think you have?
Wait, this is actually yours, Juju? Or that's a photo from the internet?
That's a photo from the internet,
okay,
but my
thank
whole
God.
closet is literally that.
No, hold
Almost.
on to those. I feel like they'll come back like vinyl.
Okay. I'm gonna stay tuned. And the number one thing, where the hell did you go? Why did you leave me? Please come back. Waterbeds.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Back support be damn.
So
Let's
bad for
ride
your
it,
back.
baby.
So bad for your back.
I'm sleeping in a sea all day.
I think only one of my friends' parents had that, and I was just like, I want to lay on that thing.
Freaky out parents.
Christopher, you know who used to have that? Aunt Bonnie and Uncle Richard. Oh, boy. Not that anybody knows them except
Aunt
me
Bonnie
and
that brought the
Christopher.
ham to Thanksgiving?
That's right. Same woman. Good callback, Tony.
Freaky.
Yeah. How about that, huh? Small world. Ham, waterbeds. It's a good list, Juju. Really good. You stole a back
Thank you,
in my
brother.
day from me and turned it into a beautiful list that was so good, I wish I had done that subject as a back in my day. So congrats on
Still
that.
could.
Come on, man. You know I learned from the school of Greg Cody.
There you go. The others, they all learn from me.
By the way, Dan, we're in SUI preparation right now. And you know how my dad promised to do a back in my day a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really happen.
Yeah, it didn't really happen.
I've
Put this
I've
on
done
the poll
3.
for tomorrow.
Three,
I've
you
done
get egg roll.
3 is what you've said.
Yes.
You've done
It's
3
August.
this year.
Right.
It's 8. No, it's a year since our last SUI's
He's
closed.
done 3.
I thought I said 3 a year. My
put,
bad.
Put it on the poll for tomorrow at Le Batard Show. Do you miss the waterbed at Le Batard Show? Juju, do you have any post-show awards for us?
Man, 1,000%. I just got one award today. You feel me? One award that's worth mentioning. That's the realest award I could give. The ESPN is Dead Award to Dan Le
Yes.
Batard, man.
Good job, Dan.
Take it out, brother.
Good job. Good job, Dan.
You won.
ESPN is
Great
dead.
take. Magnificent
dead?
take.
Oh, ESPN is
You won. That's who won.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well done.
Yeah. Good
Bold opinion.
Juju, get those polls ready at Le Batard Show. I'm going to have to fire a social media person. I'm going to have to do it publicly, and I'm going to have
Yes.
to do it with a guillotine.
Yep. On air.
And I don't care what Grady says. I don't care what Human Resources says. I'm my own man, and I own my own company. I'll make my own rules.
I like that, Dan. You keep doing that.
I'm
Yep.
going to guillotine somebody because it's only me that gets the consequences every time social media people get carried away because they want to improve their numbers and our numbers.
Your numbers.
But no,
Humbies.
I don't want my numbers improved that way. I want to distance myself from anything that looks like unfair, gratuitous ESPN criticism. ESPN is not in any way dead. They've got 60 million some odd subscribers. It's half as many as they used to have, but it's 60 million. It's 60 million. It's crazy.
Half dead.
Have you ever heard of the TV show Candid Camera? 87% of the audience says yes, they have.
Oh boy.
Smile, you're on Candid Camera. Is Cops the first reality show that you can remember? 80% of the audience says yes, it is.
Oh boy.
Guy who says numbies instead of numbers. Douche or no douche?
You're douche.
91% of the audience says douche.
Oh boy.
Is Candid Camera a reality show? 64% of the audience says yes, it is.
Oh boy.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's a prank show.
Bit of a surprise.
Did you know that the Rams championship has a stadium in it? 75% of the audience says no, they did not.
Oh boy.
Championship ring. That question doesn't make any sense the way that you wrote it. It doesn't make a lot of sense the other way either, but
It
it's
really
a championship ring, not a championship.
Oh boy.
Well, I wrote it the right way. You know, I'm on Hooked on Phonics, so I just can't read. You know?
Oh boy.
Did you know that the OKC championship ring has a championship ring in it? 76% of the audience says no, they did not.
Oh boy.
When you think of Mike McCarthy, do you think of eggs and custard? 61% of the audience says yes, they do.
Oh boy. Who doesn't?
Does a sardine can qualify as meat? 58% of the audience says no, it does not.
Oh boy.
Wow. A stunner.
You can't come back, right? 67% of the audience says yes.
Oh boy.
And last poll.
That's Deebo
Did
Samuel.
you know? Yes, sir. Did you know that? Did you know that there is an NFL football game tomorrow night?
That's crazy.
66% of the audience says no, they did not, and those are your polls.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Hefe.
Folks, listen up this summer, whatever you're watching. Baseball, golf, soccer, racing. DraftKings Sports has you covered. The DraftKings Sports app now available in all 50 states, bringing the action straight to your fingertips wherever you are. One app, every market, so you're always in on the excitement at the speed of sports. New DraftKings customers sign up with code DAN. Spend $5 and get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code DAN. Includes all markets. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.